It's Friday, October 24th. Today, alarmed over their alarms. Why some Manitoba homeowners are doubting their security systems. Trade talks halted. Why President Trump put an abrupt stop to talks between Canada and the U.S. overnight. And a surprising benefit from COVID-19 vaccines. What researchers are now saying about the Pfizer and Moderna shots. Your Morning Winnipeg starts right now. Good morning, Manitoba. It is Friday. Happy Friday to you. We made it to the end of the week, and Ainsley McPhail is going to be live at the RBC Convention Center this morning. Comic-Con is here for the weekend. A lot of big stars are coming for the show, and the 3-day festival. It's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. There's lots going on there. We're going to tell you a little bit more on what you can expect. And if some people will show up in costumes, I know my daughter is so excited. She's been working on her mask all week. So we're going to find out a little bit more about that. But the weather, it's going to be nice this weekend.
So hopefully anyone bundling up or putting on their cosplay for Comic-Con, maybe dress in some layers, because if you have anything pretty heavy, you might start to even sweat, dare I say, if you're spending time outside, because we've got some gorgeous temperatures on the way. Right now, we're starting off pretty mild. It is 1 degree out there, decently clear, winds out of the south-southeast. The barometric pressure is falling and the humidity sitting at 90%. We might start off with a little bit of cloud coverage for us here in southern Manitoba, and we'll start to see it taper off. You can see the smattering there on the radar. It'll start to taper off as the day progresses. Meanwhile, the rest of the province, slight chance of some rainfall and a bit of snowfall mixed in there, very slight to kick us off. As the day progresses, you see the province starts to clear out nicely. Lots of sunshine, above seasonal temperatures abound. For us here in southern Manitoba, that's the low teens. A few degrees cooler to the northeast is particularly cooler, but the northwest could be decent, around 8 degrees for your highs. Overnight tonight, maybe a smattering of clouds, potential for some fog to return. That's kind of been trapped under this low pressure system that we've been, this ridge of pressure we've been talking about for the last couple of days. Into Saturday, clear, sunny, a little bit of cloud building in the northwest in the late afternoon, but we were concerned about some rainfall coming. Likely that is still the case. However, Sunday is not quite going to be as cloudy as once thought, so that's the good news. The rain will be coming, but we got a lot of sunshine to get through first. 10 degrees today, and then I talked about those hot temperatures. 16 tomorrow, 15 on Sunday, and then a 40% chance of that rainfall coming on Monday.
Thank you, Catherine. Some Manitobans are questioning whether their alarm system is working. On October 1st, API Alarm took over Bell's home security and alarm monitoring branch. And a number of customers say that's when they started doubting their systems. Some say they triggered their own alarms and there was no call from API or the police. CTV's Jeff Keel reports.
Checkups are a daily routine at the Selkirk Veterinary Services Clinic, but owner Dr. Bert Klug wonders if anyone's checking up on them.
Because I was really worried that there is no monitoring, and I wanted to try what happens if I trigger an alarm.
Klug has an alarm system in case of break-ins or fires. As of October 1st, she has a new company overseeing her system, API Alarm. They bought the service from Bell, CTV News' parent company. But Klug says she hasn't been able to get in touch with API's monitoring division to see if everything is working properly. So she tripped her own alarm and says there was no call from API or visit from the police.
Quite stressed because I rely on the alarm that everything is safe for all of us.
And she might not be alone. A number of people in and around Winnipeg have posted online that they can't reach anyone at API about issues they're experiencing since the switchover. One woman posted she set off her alarm 3 times and no response. Another told CTV News her system is not working at all.
We were getting some strange alerts.
Leo Boato says in the last few weeks, he's had 77 text alerts, some warning him his sensors are offline, but he can't get any answers to see if that's true.
So I don't really know even if our house is properly secure or not, because we've had all these alerts and nobody's contacted us.
A spokesperson from API Alarm sent CTV News this statement. I can confirm we have no issues at all in our emergency monitoring services. We can't comment on specific customers who may have issues at their home or office without knowing more details. Could their phone or internet be down, for example? We are experiencing a high volume to our customer service lines, which is different than our monitoring services, and our client service reps are responding to all customer service-related questions as fast as they can. Klug hopes her system is in tip-top shape.
We triggered an alarm and I have no feedback.
Jeff Keel, CTV News, Winnipeg.
API also says the systems automatically send daily test signals to confirm that communication between the site and the company is active. They say if they don't receive that signal, a service ticket is created and they will contact the clients. Trade talks between Canada and the U.S. have come to an abrupt halt overnight, with U.S. President Donald Trump taking issue over this anti-tariff ad.
Rejecting protectionist legislation and promoting fair and free competition. America's jobs and growth are at stake.
The government of Ontario is behind the ad, using the voice of former U.S. President Ronald Reagan, who supported free trade. Trump's response? He posted to social media, writing, "Based on their egregious behavior, all trade negotiations with Canada are hereby terminated." Ontario Premier Doug Ford has previously defended the ad, calling it factual, hoping to blast the message to Americans, particularly in Republican districts. The Ronald Reagan Foundation has also weighed in, saying the ad misrepresents a radio address on free and fair trade from 1987, and that the government of Ontario did not seek nor receive permission to use and edit the remarks. Turning now to a museum with one of the world's most impressive art collections and new video that appears to show how thieves made their getaway from the Louvre after a stunning heist. The robbers appear to descend a mechanical ladder from a second-story window. From there, they would escape on scooters with more than $100 million worth of jewels. The most widely used COVID-19 vaccines may offer a surprise benefit for some cancer patients by boosting immune systems to help fight tumors. Research reported in the journal Nature found people with advanced lung or skin cancer lived longer if they received a Pfizer or Moderna shot within 100 days of starting a type of immunotherapy. The mRNA in these vaccines appears to enhance the immune system's response. Now, researchers are preparing a more rigorous study of the potential connection to see if mRNA vaccines should be deliberately paired with cancer drugs called checkpoint inhibitors. The oldest house in Winnipeg is being recognized by the federal government. After a years-long process, Seven Oaks House officially became a National Historic Site on Thursday. Seven Oaks House was built roughly 175 years ago. It once belonged to John and Mary Inkster, an influential Scottish Métis family in the Red River settlement. Now, the federal government has officially given it a National Historic Site designation. Seven Oaks House officials hope this designation will unlock some additional funding, which could be crucial to its future.
It's something that the site deserves, I believe, and it's definitely something that the site needs. So that will be part of my my work in the next year to start to really put together proposals and plans for doing some restorative work that that would really really make this site shine.
Seven Oaks House is a seasonal museum open from May long weekend to Labor Day. It is also a provincial heritage site. Winnipeg Jets fans get a double feature this week. Thursday night was the first of two back-to-back game days for the Jets at Canada Life Centre. It was a tough night on the ice against the Seattle Kraken. Despite the Jets pulling their goalie with just under 2 minutes on the clock, Winnipeg was shut out. Thursday night's 3-0 score snaps the Jets' 5-game winning streak in front of 13,700 people at Canada Life Centre, the smallest Winnipeg crowd of the season so far. Jets host the Flames tonight at 7. Here's a look at what's going on now on Portage Avenue. Looks like things are moving well here. No issues to tell you about this early in the drive. If you see any problems out there, though, let us know, please. Let's go now to the RBC Convention Center, where Ainsley McPhail is live this morning. Comic-Con is back this weekend. Good morning.
Good morning. Rochelle, I feel like years ago, if somebody called you a nerd, it was a total insult. But nowadays, looking around Winnipeg Comic-Con, what a compliment. Last year, they hit all-time high numbers with over 35,000 people coming to enjoy various niches. So whether it's superheroes, local art, Barbie, or Batman, you can get your fix on whatever it is you like to nerd out on. You can get autographs, You can see a panel of celebrities, and you can even try a Comic-Con beer inspired by the Amityville horror films as well. So we'll be chatting about that. We'll be having a conversation with Winnipeg Ghostbusters, and we'll be learning who the celebrities are that you can see live.
I don't mind the word nerd. I call myself a book nerd all the time. Thank you, Ainsley. We'll check in a little later. Mickey, Minnie, and all their Disney friends are skating back into Winnipeg next month, and we want your family to join in the fun. Disney on Ice Let's Dance features all your fave characters, as well as some that are new to the ice. There's Elsa and Anna, Moana and Maui, Ariel, The Lion King, and Wish. Disney on Ice takes to the ice at Canada Life Centre November 7th to the 9th. And Your Morning Winnipeg has 2 family packs to give away to the Friday evening show. To enter, head to our contest page at ctvwinnipeg.ca and fill out the form. Good luck. Let's go out to the rooftop now where Catherine Dow was this morning. How's it feeling this morning?
You know, you need a bit of a bulkier jacket. It is late October after all, because these mornings, Rochelle, still a little bit crisp, but from here we're going to be dealing with some really nice temperatures today and even more stellar into tomorrow. Currently we're at 1 degree, 1 or 2 clouds out here, decently clear downtown. Winds out of the southeast, pressure's falling, humidity at 88%. So much of the province will be dealing with a little bit of cloud coverage this morning, maybe some fog depending on where you're at, as has been the case the last couple of days. But into the later morning, we'll see those clouds clear away, leaving behind lots of sunshine and above seasonal temperatures for the majority of the province. For us here in the south, that's the low teens. To the northwest, you're getting highs into the upper single digits, 8 or 9. A little bit cooler to the northeast. Winds will be pretty strong for us here in Winnipeg out of the southeast. Let me remind myself, at 20, 40, gusting at times to 40 kilometers per hour. Overnight, skies stay clear. Temperatures hovering around the 0 mark, +1. Let's get it right here. And tomorrow getting even hotter. Lots of sunshine with a high of 16 degrees. Alrighty, we're going to take a break, but stay with us. So much more Your Morning Winnipeg still to come. Don't go anywhere.
Weather is brought to you by Garage Masters, your complete garage specialists.
Here at Your Morning Winnipeg, we love Halloween, and that's why we're looking for a Halloween house to highlight during our October 31st show. If you think yours fits the bill, you could win a $500 gift card from St. Mary's Nursery and Garden Center and have a chance to show off your Halloween house live on Your Morning Winnipeg with a visit from Ainsley McPhail. To enter, fill out the form on our contest page at ctvwinnipeg.ca and submit some photos. An early morning fire at a downtown restaurant snarled traffic on Main Street Thursday. Video shared with CTV News shows smoke and flames pouring out of bougie restaurant at the corner of Main Street and York Avenue. The city says the call came in at around 5:45 on Thursday, and crews had the fire under control within an hour. Bougie restaurant owner Kanish Sood declined to be interviewed, saying he's in shock and waiting on the police investigation. Police had little else to add, just telling CTV News the cause is under investigation. The federal government tabled a bill Thursday to crack down on violent and repeat bail offenders. It comes just days after a murder and child abduction in Ontario committed by a man on bail. CTV's Heather Wright has more on how lawmakers hope the bill will prevent crimes like that from happening.
On Tuesday afternoon, shots rang out at this busy shopping plaza in Brampton, Ontario. A woman shot and killed, a child abducted. The man accused was out on bail and awaiting trial for domestic violence charges involving the same woman, 29-year-old Savannah Kula, the mother of his child. Ottawa is hoping to crack down on violent and repeat offenders with new legislation.
This is a package of sweeping reforms that includes more than 80 targeted measures that will make bail laws stricter and sentencing tougher.
The federal Liberal government has been accused of being soft on crime and for allowing a so-called revolving door justice system that's too lenient. The changes announced are designed to make bail more difficult for violent and repeat offenders, creating a reverse onus that falls on the accused.
The accused must provide information that clearly demonstrates they do not pose a public safety risk.
The bill also introduces stiffer penalties not only for violent and repeat offenders, but for those who target first responders, organized retail theft, and crimes against public infrastructure. Victims' rights advocates, police unions and provinces have been demanding these types of changes amid a rise in violent and high-profile crimes. But not everyone is on side. The Canadian Civil Liberties Association says there is not enough evidence that shows bail causes crime, and they worry innocent people will be held in custody as a result.
We do worry that as we erode this charter right more and more and more, we'll get into a situation where just because you are accused of something before you have your day in court, you're held behind bars.
Asked about whether this bill will require more space in jails, the Justice Minister said provinces asked for these changes and should be developing capacity to manage more people going through detention facilities.
We're seeing a rise in the number of Manitobans seeking unemployment insurance benefits. It's happening at a rate outpacing the national average. According to Statistics Canada, the number of Manitobans receiving employment insurance benefits rose by 500 in August. That's up 2.6% from a month earlier and ahead of the national average, which is nearly unchanged. Across Canada, the number of beneficiaries increased the most for those employed in trades, transport, sales, and services. The federal government is now limiting how many vehicles Stellantis and General Motors can import tariff-free. The move comes after both companies announced cuts to their Canadian operations. In April, Ottawa imposed retaliatory tariffs on some U.S. goods, but gave automakers special exemptions to bring in a limited number of vehicles with the condition to keep Canadian jobs and investments. But both Stellantis and GM have recently announced cuts. GM is planning to end production of its electric vehicles in Ingersoll, Ontario, and Stellantis is moving production of its Jeep Compass from Brampton, Ontario to Illinois. The Winnipeg Blue Bombers are thanking their fans after scoring an impressive milestone. In a team first, they've sold out all 9 regular season home games.
For the win, for the W.
The sellout stretch is actually longer if you include last season. More than 32,300 fans flocked to Princess Auto Stadium for 14 regular games in a row going back to August 2024. The team made the announcement Thursday after Saturday's home matchup against the Montreal Alouettes officially sold out. For those lucky enough to score a seat at Princess Auto Stadium, kickoff is set for 2 p.m. If your fall to-do list includes bagging leaves, cleaning out gardens, or trimming trees, this weekend might be your best time to do it. City yard waste collection is ending for the season. Winnipeg's Public Works says collection for residents in Area A ends between October 27th and 31st, while people in Area B will get their last pickup between November 3rd and 7th. After those dates, you can bring your jack-o'-lanterns and other yard waste to one of the city's 4R depots. If you don't know which area you're in, the city says you can call 311 or its website.
Traffic is brought to you by Mr. Lube Plus Tires. Open late, ready when you are.
Some road closures to remind you about this morning. Starting today, Albert Street will be closed between Notre Dame and Bannatyne. Following the rush, the shoulder lanes will be closed on L'Èche-du-Maudière at Warman. And the southbound curb lane will be closed on Maryland from Wellington Avenue to St. Matthews. If you have any other traffic tips or updates to share, text them to us, please, at 10400.
The Bathfitter Live Eye is brought to you by Bathfitter, your bath and shower experts for more than 40 years.
A crisp start to our day here, to our Friday, mind you. 1 degree, a couple of clouds here or there. Winds are out of the southeast at 18 kilometers per hour. Those will be ramping up. Pressure is falling. Humidity sits at 88%. It's going to be a pretty blustery day and an above seasonal one. You can already tell that we're off to a much stronger start than yesterday, as even by the time our show is done, we hadn't reached the freezing mark. We're already surpassing it here at 6:20. 1 degree here in Winnipeg. Brandon hovering at 0, as is Roblin, Dauphin, and Swan River. Melita downright balmy at 3 degrees this hour. To the north we go. Temperatures a little bit cooler to the northeast, but for the most part on par and warmer in some cases, like the Paw, Flin Flon, and Lynn Lake, starting off the day at 3 degrees. Okay, in terms of our cloud coverage, a little bit more in the north than we're seeing here in the south, but for the most part, we're all going to be enjoying a very sunny day to come. When you put the kids on the bus, mix of sun and cloud, temperature should rise to about 1. It'll be nice and clear as they take lunch at at 7, and on the way home, you're up to 9 degrees. We're going to get a bit warmer than that. 10 degrees is our high. Around 7 is what's typical for this time of year. Overnight, we'll start to see temperatures dip to 1. Winds today, I should mention, will be out of the southeast at 20 to 40 kilometers per hour. While they ease overnight with maybe some fog patches, they ramp up once again tomorrow. Could be even stronger, but it's very hot. 16 degrees. Hot's relative for this time of year. Double what's typical for this time. And lots of sunshine. Sunday, a little bit cloudier than we actually thought tomorrow was going to be very overcast and some rain was going to come. It's likely to be a mix of sun and cloud, and then those showers likely to come on Monday. Your Skywatch picture of the day, go Jays, says Alan Robertson. Hopefully a good omen of things to come. Thanks for submitting, Alan, and keep those weather pictures coming to Winnipeg Weather at ctv.ca.
Your morning just got a whole lot richer. We're giving away a staggering $20,000. Imagine what you could do with an extra 20 grand. A dream vacation, home renovations, paying off bills. The possibilities are endless. Today's code word is winner. Head to the contest page on ctvwinnipeg.ca or scan the QR code on your screen. Enter the code word winner with your info for your chance to win CTV Your Morning Winnipeg's $20,000 giveaway. Good luck. Vintage car fans, you might want to look away from this unique display. 25 years ago, a German man celebrated his 50th birthday by buying 50 vintage cars, all made in the year he was born. After removing the oil and other pollutants, he placed them in a private forest near his home to create a classic car graveyard. There's some real classics here that would be worth millions of dollars if they were restored, but instead he wants his cars to just wait and age with him. Excitement is in the air as the country gets set to watch Canada's team, the Blue Jays, take on the LA Dodgers. A lot of pressure, but also a lot of pride for the team and the fans. CTV's Allison Hurst reports on how they're prepping for game day.
Preparations are in full swing as the Blue Jays get ready to host the Dodgers for Game 1 of the World Series.
Everybody says it's a dream come true, which it is.
Coming off a big Game 7 win, a world of media attention has descended on Toronto, and players are trying to keep calm and have fun for the Fall Classic.
I played some of my best baseball in my backyard as a kid, so I try to bring that with me out there, and hopefully that can be a little contagious, and the boys can just relax and enjoy it because it's a special moment that it may never happen again.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. says he was in touch with his mom.
She say she proud of me, and no matter what will happen, she always going to be proud of me.
Fans are also proud the boys of summer lasted into the fall and are feeling good about their chances.
We're on a run, and we got them. No problem.
My gut doesn't lie. It's saying Jays in 6.
We're an underdog, but I think the boys can come through.
Starting pitcher rookie Trey Yesavage knows they're playing for a huge fan base.
We represent this entire country, and we're this country's team. So we want to go out there and do everything we can to make this country proud of us.
For manager John Schneider, this is a career in the making.
I'm just thankful and humbled that I'm the one doing it, leading them into the World Series.
The LA Dodgers arrived in Toronto, bringing with them their star-studded lineup, drawing huge international attention. Starting pitcher and heavy hitter Shohei Ohtani, who was rumored to come to Toronto for the 2024 season.
It's an unfortunate reality as a free agent that you get to really pick one team.
He was a once-in-a-lifetime guy on your roster, but here we are, and I'm going to have to face him at some point.
Fans lined up early and all day, hoping to get a piece of the merchandise.
One of those nice World Series hats and maybe a T-shirt.
I was able to get some stuff for the older ones, but not for the baby. They have stuff for babies, but not World Series branded stuff.
Excitement and anticipation mounting ahead of Game 1.
Your Morning Winnipeg. Coffee is brought to you by Robin's Donuts, your favorite stop.
Start to the day, certainly warmer than we've been seeing the last few. It's one out there, 1 or 2 clouds, though not terribly visible in downtown. Winds are out of the southeast at 18 kilometers per hour, pressure falling, humidity at 88%. Going to be a pretty blustery day, coming with a good amount of sunshine. Our radar shows some cloud coverage to kick us off in the north, a speckling for us here in Winnipeg. That should dissipate later on this morning. Come on, buddy. There we go. Like me, it takes a second to wake up. Today, though, decent highs, 10 degrees. 7 is more what's typical for this time of year. Winds strong out of the south at 20 kilometers per hour. As mentioned, we start with some clouds. That'll clear off later this morning, maybe early afternoon. Skies remain clear overnight. Potential for some fog patches. Those winds ease a little bit out of the southeast, but then into tomorrow, they really ramp up alongside a nice warm up. 16 degrees under clear sunny skies, and once again, those southerly winds at 30, gusting at times to 50 kilometers per hour. Yesterday, I mentioned Sunday could be quite overcast. Now it's looking like we're getting a little bit more sunshine. 15 degrees, mix of sun and cloud as mentioned. 7 overnight as we do start to see this clouds roll in. There's a 40% chance for some rainfall to kick off our week, likely to be overcast. Still above seasonal at 13 degrees. And then that chance of rain increases into Tuesday under a high of 10.
A family from northern Manitoba is asking anyone with information to come forward after their son went missing in the spring.
Right now, me and my family are broken. We need to bring him home for our own peace of mind.
24-year-old Troy Saltier was last seen May 11th leaving a home in Thompson. RCMP confirmed there is an active investigation into his disappearance and also noted Saltier has several outstanding warrants for assault, break and enter, and failure to comply. His family acknowledged he's wanted, but don't believe he's running from the law. Instead, they fear something nefarious has happened.
He has charges, assault charges, but it's not like him to be disappearing on us like that for so long. I would just like him to be back with us. We want answers where he is. He's out there alone. Nobody there with him.
Saltier is described as 5 feet 3 inches tall, 110 pounds, with black hair and brown eyes. A Winnipeg nonprofit is fighting for its survival. Jeffrey's Garden works to reunify Indigenous parents with their children. But as CTV's Joseph Bernacki shows you, it may not be able to stay open much longer if federal funding completely disappears.
Jeffrey's Garden started with a simple vision, helping Indigenous families living with addiction reunite.
When I see the diverse people coming through here and seeing their struggles, that we can sit down and have an honest conversation.
The organization has helped dozens of families since they opened in 2020, but the future is now uncertain.
The last few months have been a really big struggle for us.
Executive Director Cindy Huckerby says Jordan's Principle provided 100% of their funding since November 2021. The crisis began when the funding through Indigenous Services Canada was pulled in November 2024. Since then, Jeffrey's Garden has been trying whatever they could to stay afloat.
My partner ended up pulling money out of his line of credit in order for us to make payroll, so we didn't have to do that. There was a lot of sleepless nights that were happening through that.
The organization is currently at full capacity with 7 families. While we could not identify these women due to privacy concerns, mothers at Jeffrey's Garden are concerned they could lose access to a place that is helping them.
Making these relationships with these moms here is it's very important. It's nice to have people going through the same things you're going through because you know you're not alone.
Huckerby says they have continued to ask the province for additional funding, but have not been successful. In a statement to CTV News, Families Minister Nahani Fontaine writes in part, "Our department has been in ongoing communication with Jeffrey's Garden around provincial funding opportunities and has met with them directly to provide further information. We've written twice to the federal government this spring and again after that, meeting to advocate on behalf of continued Jordan's Principle funding and seek clarity on how Ottawa will fund all organizations supported through Jordan's Principle." Huckerby says they recently got funding from Jordan's Principle for a few families, enough to allow the organization to stay open for at least 3 months. Thomas says his team is not going to give up looking for funding.
We believe that what we're doing here is worth the hardship, because at the end of the day, it's all about the children.
Joseph Bernacki, CTV News, Winnipeg.
CTV News reached out to Indigenous Services Canada to ask if there would be any future funding for Jeffrey's Garden through Jordan's Principle. We have not yet received a response. A warning for motorists traveling Manitoba highways this fall. This is the most dangerous time of year for wildlife collisions. According to numbers from Manitoba Public Insurance, there were 14,000 wildlife collisions in 2024. There's been about 7,000 so far this year. And they don't just happen on rural highways. Crashes with wildlife happen within city limits too. Most take place in October and November. MPI says most collisions are with deer, but some involved bears, and if you hit a bear, you're more likely to be injured.
Typically, especially with deer and bears, they're preparing for winter, right? So they're getting as much food as they can. Leaves are coming off trees, berries are disappearing, so they have to forage a little bit further for food. So, they're traveling more, and if they travel more, their chances of crossing a roadway or encountering a vehicle increase.
MPI spokesperson Tara Steele says drivers need to slow down, especially during dusk and dawn. You should also scan the sides of roadways for signs of active animals and pay attention to wildlife crossing highway signs. Thousands of lobsters have been released in Nova Scotia after 87 crates were seized. Officers say they were originally harvested in Cape Breton before being taken nearly 500 kilometers away to a fish plant in Port Mattoon. Fisheries and Oceans Canada says a person found in Liverpool was arrested in connection with the large lobster shipment after giving a false statement to a fishery officer. Conservationists are testing a new way to track a rare salamander. There are only about 150 of these salamanders left in the wild. Scientists want to keep tabs on their health by tracking them. As a start, they've implanted tracking chips on the salamanders they have in zoos. Once they confirm that the chips work, they can move on to salamanders in the wild. Here's a look at what's going on now on the Norwood Bridge. It looks like things are moving quite well to start off this Friday morning. We have no issues to tell you about in the drive. If you see problems, let us know, please. And here's a look at your gas prices. The Canadian average is $1.32. The provincial average is lower at $1.30. In Winnipeg, the average is $1.30. And the lowest price in Winnipeg is $1.21. All this info is on GasBuddy.com.
The Price at the Pump is brought to you by the Kidney Foundation. Help by donating your car today.
Winnipeg Comic Con is back. We're going to have Ainsley McPhail live at the RBC Convention Center to tell us what to expect this weekend. Stay with us.
Weather is brought to you by Mr. Lou Plus Tires. Open late, ready when you are.
Clear and brisk this hour in downtown Winnipeg. It's actually really pleasant. Temperatures warmer than we've been seeing for this time of day for the last, I'm going to say, couple of days, week even. 1 degree, a few clouds, 1 or 2 speckling the sky. Winds out of the southeast at 18 kilometers per hour. Pressure falling, humidity at 88%. So it will be a fairly blustery day, potentially not as bad as tomorrow, but it is setting the stage, as mentioned, for even stronger gusts into the weekend. We're going to deal with winds out of the south at 20 kilometers per hour. Highs across southern Manitoba above seasonal in the low teens. We'll start off under a mix of sun and cloud, clearing into the afternoon. To the north, much the same, a bit more cloud coverage in the northeast. Temperatures in that corner also a little bit cooler in the mid to lower single digits. The northwest, though, lots of sunshine for you, and temperatures also similar in the upper single digits. Okay, we're going to check in with Ainsley, who is channeling her inner nerd. Say that in the best way, learning about Comic-Con.
Oh, there's so many cool things to nerd out on, Catherine. I absolutely love it here. Thousands are going to take it in this weekend. Jason Rockman joins us to tell us all about it. So where are we standing right now, Jason?
So right now we're in one of the cosplay groups that's happening here during the whole weekend. The cosplay groups are the people that come. They volunteer their time to show off their costumes. If people don't know what cosplay is, it's when you dress up. And these guys are really serious about it. Of course, the theme here is Star Wars and Mandalorians as well. So it's just cosplay is a great way to just express your love for pop culture. I'm not personally a cosplayer, but these people really spend their time building their costumes, really showing how much they love pop culture, and it's just so much fun.
I think I actually made the mistake the one time of calling it costumes and was promptly corrected, so I love that for them.
These aren't like costumes that you just go buy at a Spirit Halloween or at a costume store. These are people that spend their time making these by hand, and it's really, really cool. And this is these are the Mandalorian mercs who are really, really into, obviously, if you watch The Mandalorian, and if you're a Boba Fett fan, this is part of that universe. And of course, there's an AT-AT behind us from Empire Strikes Back. And this is like a pretty big one.
Huge. Winnipeg Comic-Con, what can people expect from it this year?
This year, it's our 5th edition, so we're back stronger than ever. Winnipeg's been a great market for us. We've got incredible guest lists. Guests of honor, Sean Astin, Malcolm McDowell, Ron Perlman. So all the fandoms are represented in one way or another.
And people can ask questions.
Yeah, we have. So most of our guests do something called Celebrities on Stage, where they do a Q&A for 45 minutes. So someone will host a Q&A, and then you get a chance to ask a question, which is a once-in-a-lifetime question. I mean, imagine asking Ron Perlman, what was it like to film Quest for Fire? Like things like that are just once-in-a-lifetime experiences.
And autographs too?
Autographs as well. You can get photo ops, and it's just a chance for you to spend one-on-one time with a guest, which you'd never get anywhere. I mean, we're bringing like Hollywood to Winnipeg. It's really, really cool.
Something that I love especially is supporting local, and there's tons of ways to do that.
Tons of local artists. We've got Trans-Canada Brewery. They're here with a local brewed beer, Comic-Con themed beer. We've got so many things. And our artist alley, the whole exhibition hall is just filled with local artists and local stuff.
Thank you so much, Jason. Later on in the show, we're actually going to be chatting with the artist behind that brew. Stay with us throughout the morning.
Looking at the markets, the Dow Jones is trading higher overnight. The Nasdaq and S&P index are also trade up in trading. The loonie is trending lower at around 71.30 cents U.S. The Hang Seng added 192 points, and the Nikkei index jumped 658 points. Good morning. It is 6:46. There's been another violent incident at Manitoba's largest hospital. Officials confirm a nurse and a unit assistant were both assaulted Sunday in the emergency department of Health Sciences Centre. This despite new safety measures announced just last month. Shared Health says a patient receiving mental health care in the adult ER assaulted both a nurse and a unit assistant. The health agency says neither staff member sustained serious physical injuries, and they're ensuring both have access to support. Shared Health also says all appropriate safety protocols were followed. However, the Manitoba Nurses Union is questioning why these staff members were there in the first place.
Why is a nurse been a sitter to a patient? That's why we have security guards, why we have ISOs, and that's why we actually have a classification called qualified persons, and those are individuals who are able to take over care of a psychiatric patient and look after them.
In August, Manitoba nurses grey-listed the Health Sciences Centre, meaning they believe HSC is an unsafe working environment. Doctors Manitoba echoed the union's concerns shortly afterward, with data showing almost half of all physical safety incidents among physicians last year took place at the HSC. In September, the Manitoba government announced it's adding 2 uniformed Winnipeg Police Service officers on site 24/7 and 5 new weapon detection scanners at main public entrances. We contacted Shared Health Thursday asking for an update. We're still waiting for a response. CTV News asked the Winnipeg Police Service if it was investigating. In an emailed statement, the service says, quote, "We have been made aware of an incident and are working to obtain the totality of the circumstances that occurred." Canada's old age security program is being put under the microscope, with some saying that's where cuts should be made in the upcoming budget. CTV's Mike LeCouture takes a look at what's sparking that call.
Why don't I not scoop the budget?
Prime Minister Mark Carney came close to revealing parts of the November budget, but he did expand a little on Wednesday night's speech, where he told university students transforming the Canadian economy would take some time and some sacrifices.
There's certain demands or desires to expand in different areas, and we won't be able to move as quickly as we otherwise would.
What will our legacy be in the future?
The founder of Generation Squeeze says the sacrifice that should be made is a change to the old age security program.
Can we ask those of us who are financially secure to maybe take smaller subsidies in retirement so that the savings can be repurposed to eliminate seniors' poverty and to help our kids and grandchildren?
That's a red line for the Bloc Québécois, who has been asking for a boost to old age security. Despite hearing themes of fiscal restraint from Carney, the Conservative leader isn't buying it.
It's always the bait and switch. You know, he said he would spend less. He's spending 8% more. His deficit is 100% more than the one that the Liberal government had already put in place.
Carney did say dental care, health transfers, childcare, and the National Food Program won't be affected. The budget is being crafted as trade negotiations continue with the U.S., focused on the steel and aluminum industries.
The Americans are moving to an approach which is sector by sector as opposed to global.
Carney says if there isn't progress with the affected sectors, his government will ensure other countries don't have unfair access to our markets if we don't have access to theirs.
Some road closures to remind you about this morning. Starting today, Albert Street will be closed between Notre Dame and Bannatyne. Following the rush, the shoulder lanes will be closed on La Jumadière at Warman, and the southbound curb lane will be closed on Maryland from Wellington Avenue to St. Matthews. If you have any other traffic tips or updates to share, text them to us, please, at 10400.
It is 1 degree out there under clear skies. Winds out of the southeast. Pressure is falling. Humidity sits at 88%. A very pleasant start to our Friday indeed, and it will be rather pleasant as the day continues. We're looking at mild temperatures and lots of sunshine. You can see in our radar a smattering of cloud coverage here in southern Manitoba, a bit denser to the northeast. That should break up later on this morning, leaving behind a gorgeous sunny day ahead. Same goes for you in the northeast, where temperatures maybe are a little bit more sluggish, but actually I shouldn't even say that. This is seasonal or above seasonal in Thompson's case, just when we're comparing it to other parts of the province, which are dealing with above seasonal values. 6 degrees in Island Lake, 4 in Gillam, Churchill in 5. To the northwest, maybe a little bit more in the way of cloud coverage, but also a really lovely day. 8 degrees in the Paw, 7 in Flin Flon, 6 under those overcast skies in Lynn Lake, 8 in Norway House, Cree Nation. Southwestern Manitoba, warmer highs above seasonal to be sure in the low teens. Brandon could be getting up as high as 12 degrees under that mix of sun and cloud. For us here in the south, some decently strong winds to pair with our nice high temperatures to the tune of 20 kilometers per hour out of the south. Those will be ramping up even stronger into tomorrow. Northwestern Ontario, a mix of sun and cloud for you. Temperatures on par with what we're seeing here. 8 degrees in Kenora, 7 in Lynn Lake, 6 in Dryden. Fort Frances, a mix of sun and cloud for you at 9 degrees. So overnight tonight, skies remaining partly clear except for maybe a fog patch or two. That's been kind of the case for the last couple days. Hasn't been super dense here in Winnipeg. Temperatures dipping down to 1. Those southerly winds do ease up a little bit, but they really ramp up into tomorrow. We're looking at gusts from 30 to 50 kilometers per hour. To pair with it, though, a nice warm high of 16 degrees under those clear sunny skies. Our overnight low is the same as our high today, 10 degrees, some clouds moving in. Again, maybe some fog as well. And then Sunday, more of a mix of sun and cloud. We've been eyeing this system likely to bring some rainfall. Its timing has been a bit all over the place. Looks like we'll get some clouds overnight, and then Monday, 40% chance of showers, and then a good chance of that rain coming Tuesday.
Thank you, Catherine. Let's check in now on Bo at Bounce 99.9. Good morning, Bo. Happy Friday.
Hey, it is a happy Friday heading into the last weekend of October, even though the Jets lost last night. But I've learned you can't win them all. You can't win them all. And besides, we play again tonight against Calgary, and the first 5,000 people at the Jets game tonight get what I'm wearing. Oh. This is a corduroy hat. Yeah, it's a 90s night, and I love corduroy. I used to have lots of corduroy pants. I even had sports jackets. You could hear me walking down the hall. You know, that funny sound.
Yeah, the
I
swish,
love corduroy.
Swish. Yeah.
That's the one, and apparently it's back in style in 2025. So get your hats at the Jets game tonight. Also, of course, tonight, are you into the Blue Jays right now, Rochelle?
Yeah, well, who isn't, right? It's Canada's team. We're so proud and excited for them.
Very pumped. Game 1 of the World Series coming up tonight as well. So lots going on this weekend. Great weather here in Winnipeg. Hey, so we were talking, you know, it happens. Sometimes you're not in the mood to make a big meal.
It happens a lot.
You don't have time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what's your go-to minimal meal if you've just got no time but you got to do something? I volunteered the drive-through for me. I'm just going to go to a drive-through.
Yeah, that's kind of nice.
How about you?
Well, if it's not the drive-through, I'll go in the pantry and open a can of soup and just warm it up. The kids love the Tim Hortons soups, so we have the whole pantry is stocked with it, and they'll eat that gladly, and it's kind of healthy for them. But also, my mom makes a lot of tourtières during the holidays, and we've got at least 3 of those. They're meat pies in the Francophone communities. We have a lot of those in the freezer, so sometimes I'll just pop one of those in the oven, and it's, again, a nutritious meal. I don't have to do anything except for maybe get some frozen vegetables in some water and boil them. It's super easy and ready to go. So it's kind of nice to have that option for us as well.
I like it. And for dessert, just grab a box of ice cream. You're good to go.
Exactly.
Thanks, Rochelle. Have a great weekend.
You too. Well, a major gambling bust announced Thursday involves some of the biggest names in pro sports and the mafia. More than 30 people have been arrested in 2 separate schemes, including sports betting and rigged poker games. CTV's John Venivalle-Rao has more on the operation and the alleged cheating devices the suspects are accused of using.
The stunning charges coming just days after a brand new NBA season tipped off, with these current and former players, including a Hall of Famer, among those accused, following investigations involving sports betting and rigged poker games linked to the mafia.
We're talking about tens of millions of dollars in fraud and theft and robbery.
U.S. authorities laying out 2 separate schemes. The first involving Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier, who was arrested along with former NBA player Damon Jones. Investigators say they provided information about games to co-defendants who used it to place illegal bets.
The non-public information included when specific players would be sitting out future games or when they would pull themselves out early for purported injuries or illnesses.
You got to keep fighting. Authorities say one example took place when Rozier was playing for the Charlotte Hornets in 2023. They say he let others secretly know he planned to leave a game early with a supposed injury.
Rozier exited the game after just 9 minutes, and those bets paid out, generating tens of thousands of dollars in profit.
For more than a year, authorities in New York have been looking into illegal gambling after Toronto Raptors player Jonte Porter was caught disclosing information to bettors. The NBA banned him for life. Authorities say the second indictment involves Jones and the head coach of the Portland Trailblazers, Chauncey Billups, who was allegedly involved in a national illegal poker ring that lured wealthy players they called fish to play in rigged games from the Hamptons to Las Vegas. According to charging papers, the scheme included 4 well-known mafia families in New York, along with high-tech cheating devices, including X-ray tables that could read cards.
Victims were attracted to play alongside well-known professional athletes and coaches like Chauncey Billups, only to be unknowingly deceived through rigged shuffling machines.
The NBA says Billups and Rozier are being put on immediate leave and that it'll continue to cooperate with authorities. John Venivalle-Rao, CTV News, Toronto.
We're going to take a break here. We'll be back after this with your 7 o'clock headline. Stay with us. It's Friday, October 24th. Today, an alarming change. Why some Manitobans are questioning whether their alarm systems work. Plus, betting on the Blue Jays, who the Prime Minister wants to make a World Series wager with. And keeping kids safe. What drivers are being reminded when it comes to school bus safety. Your Morning Winnipeg starts right now. Good morning, Manitoba. Happy Friday to you. Thank you so much for being with us here on Your Morning Winnipeg. A couple of weeks ago, we told you about an injured baby lynx that was brought to the Wildlife Haven Rehabilitation Center.
It's so
super cute. It was rescued. It's getting the help it needs. But they found that there is a permanent injury in the lynx's eye. So there are changes for the lynx. It's getting a new home. We're going to find out a little bit more on the latest and where it's going. But the weather, it's going to be beautifully warm this weekend.
Yes, for all the four-legged friends in your life, take them out for a walk. Enjoy the autumnal vibes because it's going to be certainly beautiful. 1 degree out there, 1 or 2 clouds. The winds currently out of the southeast at 18 kilometers per hour. The pressure is falling and the humidity sits at 88%. We're going to get some cloud coverage to kick us off, but then it'll dissipate nicely into the afternoon. You can see it's a bit more overcast in our northeast corner there, but for most of us, we'll be dealing with a mix of sun and cloud today. For us in the south, more sunny than most areas. You can see on our futurecast, there's this smattering of activity. Very slight chance of some rainfall in these early morning hours. Haven't heard any reports of it actually happening. As the day progresses, we're staying nice and clear, as is the whole province, I should note. Into tonight, potential for some fog patches, otherwise decently clear. Temperatures dipping down around the freezing freezing mark and even above for us here in Winnipeg. And into Saturday, we clear out nicely. The northwest could kick it off on a bit of a, Saturday night rather, excuse me, my brain isn't moving as fast as our futurecast. It'll be a clear day throughout the province, some clouds moving into the northwest at night. And then on to Sunday, more of a mix of sun and cloud. We've been tracking this system. It's starting to kind of show up on the very corners there. That is likely to bring rainfall into the start of next week. There are concerns about it showing up on Sunday. Looks like we are going to stay dry for this weekend. Today, backtracking, we're getting up to a high of 10 degrees. Around 7 is what's seasonal. Not even going to touch that for many days to come. Dipping down overnight to 1. I should mention as well, very strong southerly winds at 30, gusting at times to 50 kilometers per hour. So might be quite breezy. Into tomorrow, lots of sunshine, clear skies, a high of 16 degrees. And then Sunday, mix of sun and cloud, a high of 15 before that chance of rainfall comes on Monday. Ronan wanted to draw a beautiful fall scene here with some rainfall falling on those flowers, giving them a nice drink. Thanks to 11-year-old Ronan for sending that in. And if you have any of your kids' weather-themed art, please send them our way. We are showing one every day here on Your Morning Winnipeg. You can email those to winnipegweather@ctv.ca.
The Weather Art of the Day is brought to you by 103.1 Virgin Radio.
Some Manitobans are questioning whether their alarm system is working. On October 1st, API Alarm took over Bell's home security and alarm monitoring branch. And a number of customers say that's when they started doubting their systems. Some say they triggered their own alarms and there was no call from API or the police. CTV's Jeff Keel reports.
Checkups are a daily routine at the Selkirk Veterinary Services Clinic, but owner Dr. Bert Klug wonders if anyone's checking up on them.
Because I was really worried that there is no monitoring and I wanted to try what happens if I trigger an alarm.
Klug has an alarm system in case of break-ins or fires. As of October 1st, she has a new company overseeing her system, API Alarm. They bought the service from Bell, CTV News' parent company. But Klug says she hasn't been able to get in touch with API's monitoring division to see if everything is working properly. So she tripped her own alarm and says there was no call from API or visit from the police.
Quite stressed because I rely on the alarm that everything is safe for all of us.
And she might not be alone. A number of people in and around Winnipeg have posted online that they can't reach anyone at API about issues they're experiencing since the switchover. One woman posted she set off her alarm 3 times and no response. Another told CTV News her system is not working at all.
We were getting some strange alerts.
Leo Boato says in the last few weeks, he's had 77 text alerts, some warning him his sensors are offline, but he can't get any answers to see if that's true.
So I don't really know even if our house is properly secure or not, because we've had all these alerts and nobody's contacted us.
A spokesperson from API Alarm sent CTV News this statement. I can confirm we have no issues at all in our emergency monitoring services. We can't comment on specific customers who may have issues at their home or office without knowing more details. Could their phone or internet be down, for example? We are experiencing a high volume to our customer service lines, which is different than our monitoring services, and our client service reps are responding to all customer service related questions as fast as they can. Klug hopes her system is in tip-top shape.
We triggered an alarm and I have no feedback.
Jeff Keel, CTV News, Winnipeg.
API also says the systems automatically send daily test signals to confirm that communication between the site and the company is active. They say if they don't receive that signal, a service ticket is created and they will contact the clients. A 41-year-old man is in custody charged with second-degree murder after a homicide in northern Manitoba. RCMP responded to a stabbing at a home on Norway House Cree Nation Tuesday morning. They found an injured 38-year-old man who was pronounced dead at the scene. RCMP say investigators recovered what they believe is the murder weapon at a nearby residence. A 41-year-old man was arrested. RCMP Major Crime Services and Forensic Identification Services continue to investigate. As if talks between Canada and the U.S. weren't already heated, our Prime Minister is now calling out U.S. President Donald Trump over a World Series wager.
Well, you know what? I think he's afraid. I think he's afraid to make a bet. He doesn't like to lose. He hasn't called. He hasn't returned my call yet on the bet, so I'm ready. We're ready to make a bet with the U.S.
Carney made the comments while visiting the Jays practice yesterday, saying he's ready to make a bet on the series between the Jays and Dodgers. Carney went on to say that he expects it to be a great series and is predicting the Jays will beat the Dodgers in 6 games. Unfortunately for Carney, he won't be around to see it in person. He's headed to Asia to attend 2 summits starting today until November 1st, the entire duration of the 7-game series. It's School Bus Safety Week, and Manitoba Public Insurance is teaming up with the local school division to drive home an important message. This year, MPI and River East Transcona School Division teamed up to remind motorists of the importance of driving carefully around school buses to ensure all students get to and from school safely. One experienced school bus driver, who is now a trainer, says she sees other drivers break the rules every day.
People coming on to you without realizing that a bus can't back up. It comes from them literally not seeing you and pulling out of driveways, people not going through stop signs, running through yellow lights. It ranges. The range is so wide.
Over the past 4 years, there have been more than 450 school bus collisions in Manitoba, causing 105 injuries. If your fall to-do list includes bagging leaves, cleaning out gardens, or trimming trees, this weekend might be your best time to do it. City yard waste collection is ending for the season. Winnipeg's Public Works collection says, or rather, Winnipeg Public Works says collection for residents in Area A ends between October 27th and 31st, while people in Area B will get their last pickup between November 3rd and 7th. After those dates, you can bring your jack-o'-lanterns and other yard waste to one of the city's 4R depots. If you don't know which area you're in, the city says you can call 311 or visit its website. Here's what's happening in traffic now at Kenaston and Sterling Lion Way. It looks like things are moving well over here. We have no issues to tell you about in the drive at this point. If you do see any problems out there, though, please let us know.
Weather is brought to you by MJ the Musical at Centennial Concert Hall, November 5th to 9th.
World shares are mixed today after the White House confirmed Donald Trump will meet with Chinese President Xi Jinping. The two will meet next week, although prospects for a significant trade deal remain unclear. Air Canada is reducing management staff positions. A spokesperson says non-unionized management jobs amounting to around 1% of its workforce will be affected. The company says those positions will not be replaced. Brent and West Texas Intermediate futures registered the biggest trading volume since mid-June on Thursday. Outright prices climbed sharply, while Brent option volumes jumped to a multi-month high. This comes after the U.S. imposed major sanctions on Russian producers. Those are your morning business headlines. For BNN Bloomberg, I'm Lindsay Biscaya.
Let's go back now to Ainsley McPhail, who's live at the RBC Convention Center. It's going to be a cool place to visit this weekend. And some will come in costumes and some will just come as themselves. Good morning.
Good morning, Rochelle. I don't mean to sound pretentious because I've been corrected on this before, but it's cosplay.
Okay.
Halloween is for costumes. Comic-Con is for cosplay. They're very, very serious about that.
Okay.
So elaborate, too. Some of the cosplay items that they're bringing here. But what would be Comic-Con without actual comics? So you can come by and support over 200 local businesses, local artists, and various items that you can purchase while at Comic-Con. And whether you're having a conversation with one of your celebrity heroes or purchasing one of these things, there's lots to do. There's a local beer that is with a local artist creating that bit on the top. There's also food here. There's also just so much more things to nerd out on. So stay with us. Oh, one more thing. Winnipeg Ghostbusters is joining us later on.
Oh, fun. Okay, we'll check in a little later. Thank you, Ainsley. Let's go out to the rooftop now. How's it feeling out there, Catherine?
It's a little bit brisk, but very refreshing, Rochelle. It's lovely if you just dress appropriately. But we are going to be getting up to even warmer temperatures, obviously. But if this is not your jam, just got to wait a few hours. 1 degree, couple clouds out there. Winds out of the south-southeast at 18 clicks. Pressure falling, humidity sits at 85%. Mix of sun and cloud on tap for basically all of the province. For us here, though, we'll get a little clearer into the afternoon hours. These clouds likely only lasting a few hours, while the northwest has true partially cloudy skies throughout the day. Temperatures throughout the north, decent, if not above seasonal, depending on where you're at, in the mid to upper single digits, so about the 6 to 9 degree mark. For us here in the south, sunny as mentioned, decently strong southerly winds, and then temperatures in the low teens. That is, of course, above seasonal. Overnight, skies remaining cloudy, or clear, there we go, clear, except for some fog patches that could develop a breakup into tomorrow. And tomorrow could be our warmest day for a good number to come, 16 degrees under mainly sunny skies. I'm really mixing up cloudy and sunny today, which is concerning considering how often I feel it on this gig. Meanwhile, the other takeaway from tomorrow, very strong winds out of the south at 30, gusting at times to 50 kilometers per hour. And we hold on to that heat at least into the start of next week.
Thanks, Catherine. Time now for our question of the day. We want to know, who is your favorite superhero? You can text your answer along with your name to 10400. Make sure to follow the automated instructions so we can feature your response. At Your Morning Winnipeg, we're all about celebrating your amazing pets, furry, feathered, or scaly. Your Pet of the Week submissions are amazing. We want even more. Whether it's dogs, cats, birds, or any other pet pals, send them our way. Drop your pet photos and a fun little story about them to Pet of the Week at ctv.ca, and then catch us every Thursday to find out if your pet is our Pet of the Week on Your Morning Winnipeg. We're going to take a break here. We'll be back after this with more news and some entertainment as well. The teenager hit by a vehicle in Selkirk last week has died. RCMP say the 17-year-old boy died of his injuries Wednesday. Mounties previously said he and another teen were walking on Manitoba Avenue the evening of October 15th when he was hit from behind by a vehicle. He was airlifted to hospital in critical condition. The other pedestrian and the 27-year-old man behind the wheel of the vehicle were uninjured. Air Canada is making cuts to its management staff. A spokesperson says around 1% of the airline staff will be affected, totaling about 400 workers. The announcement comes just 2 months after Air Canada flights were grounded for 3 days when 10,000 company flight attendants went on strike. The airline says these positions will not be replaced and the job cuts will not affect day-to-day operations. The oldest house in Winnipeg is being recognized by the federal government after a years-long process. Seven Oaks House officially became a National Historic Site on Thursday. Seven Oaks House was built roughly 175 years ago. It once belonged to John and Mary Inkster, an influential Scottish Métis family in the Red River settlement. Now the federal government has given it a National Historic Site designation. Seven Oaks House officials hope this designation will unlock some additional funding, which could be crucial to its future.
It's something that the site deserves, I believe, and it's definitely something that the site needs. So that will be part of my my work in the next year to start to really put together proposals and plans for doing some restorative work that that would really really make this site shine.
Seven Oaks House is a seasonal museum open from May long weekend to Labor Day. It is also a provincial heritage site. Varsity playoffs kicked off Thursday afternoon for Winnipeg high school football teams. Home team Elmwood High won its match Thursday night against Kildonan East Collegiate 64-7. Also moving to the next round of the postseason, Dryden after beating out Beaver Bray 37-13. Tech-Voc, who won 34-2 against Garden City Collegiate, and West Kildonan Collegiate won against Sisler 28-7. Varsity playoffs continue tonight. Semifinals begin next week. Here's what's happening now on the St. James Bridge. We have no issues to tell you about this. The drive is smooth in this part of the city, and we haven't heard of any other issues out there at this point. If you have any problems, though, please let us know.
Traffic is brought to you by Curtis Carpets, Manitoba's flooring experts.
Now with some entertainment, we start with some sad news. David Ball, the driving force behind one of the biggest songs of the 80s, has passed away.
I've got to get away from the pain you drive into the heart of me, the love we share.
Ball seen here on the drums, was part of the British band Soft Cell, best known for the song Tainted Love. The duo, which split in 1984 but reunited in 2001, had just completed a new album days before Ball's death. He passed away Wednesday in his sleep. Ball was 66 years old. The team behind Stranger Things is sharing some big news as the series prepares to come to a close.
I think about that night all the time.
Netflix says the 2-hour finale of Stranger Things will debut on streaming and in theaters simultaneously on New Year's Eve. It's been more than 3 years since the coming-of-age sci-fi show debuted its 4th season. Company officials had previously told Variety a theatrical release wasn't in the cards, despite a push from creators, the Duffer Brothers. The first episodes of Stranger Things Season 5 will be out November 26th. Pharrell Williams will open the World Series with a special performance in Toronto tonight.
This is the postseason. Every pitch, every swing, every moment hits harder.
The American singer will perform before the game alongside the voices of Fire Gospel Choir, who will also perform the anthems. American pop group The Jonas Brothers will perform in Game 2. Kickstart your weekend with some great entertainment starting at 7 with Celebrity Wheel of Fortune. Special Forces World's Toughest Test is on at 8. And at 9, catch Boston Blue. It's all right here tonight on CTV.
The Bathfitter Live Eye is brought to you by Bathfitter, your bath and shower experts for more than 40 years.
Pleasant start to the day as that sun starts to show its first signs of rising. 1 degree, a smattering of clouds out there, winds out of the south-southeast. The barometric pressure is falling and the humidity sitting at 85%. We're making some gains in our temperatures today, definitely warmer than we've been seeing over the last couple of days. You can tell this by how we're starting off the day. Let me just get out of frame because I feel like I'm always blocking you in the southeast there. Not fair. Temperatures are hovering at around the 0 degree mark. To the north, temperatures similar, if not warmer, along the northwest. The Paw, Flin Flon, Lynn Lake at 3 degrees, still below freezing over in Churchill and Gillam to the north. As mentioned, sunshine on the way, potential for some cloud coverage to kick us off. You can see a stronger concentration to the northeast. The clouds we experience here in the south will taper off, leaving clear skies, whereas the north likely to deal with more of a mix of sun and cloud. As the kids get on the bus, it'll be about 1 with that little bit of cloud coverage. At lunchtime, though, they might need to lose a layer depending on how they're dressed. 7 degrees under clearer skies, and then as they head on home on the bus, 9 degrees. We're getting a hair warmer than that. 10 is our high. Around 6 or 7 is more typical for this time of year. Overnight, temperatures dipping down to 1 under clear skies, except for the possibility of some fog. If we get it, it'll break up into tomorrow and leave behind a very clear day. 16 degrees, but a blustery one with gusts out of the southeast at 30 to 50 kilometers per hour. Sunday, a mix of sun and cloud, not much, but a bit cooler, 15 degrees. And then Monday, we have a 40% chance of showers, and then Tuesday, that chance intensifies. Go Jays, Alan Robertson says, as he's hoping that this gorgeous little Blue Jay he spotted in Winnipeg is a good sign of things to come. Thanks to Alan for snapping this picture. And if you've got any weather pictures, avian or otherwise, please send them our way. Winnipeg weather at ctv.ca.
Your morning just got a whole lot richer. We're giving away a staggering $20,000. Imagine what you could do with an extra 20 grand. A dream vacation, home renovations, paying off bills. The possibilities are endless. Today's code word is winner. Head to the contest page on ctvwinnipeg.ca or scan the QR code on your screen. Enter the code word winner with your info for your chance to win CTV Your Morning Winnipeg's $20,000 giveaway. Good luck. Time now for this week's adorable adoptables. We begin with Celery. This 9-week-old pup is sweet, curious, and playful. Celery greets everyone with boundless energy and is always ready for a new adventure or cuddle. Next up is Austin. This sweet 3.5-year-old pooch has energy to play, but also loves to cuddle and chill. Austin has been in care for more than 150 days. And meet Lady Bingus. The sweet 5-year-old cat has a purr that packs a punch. She loves to cuddle and will nuzzle up to your neck for as long as you'll let her. If you think you can offer any of these animals a good home, just head down to the Winnipeg Humane Society or give them a call. The number is there on your screen. For the third straight year, a group of students in Moncton had the privilege of participating in a ceremony and visiting the graves of those who served their country. CTV's Derek Haggett was there.
Students from Sunnybury Middle School came to Elmwood Cemetery this morning to honor Canada's veterans. The students placed over 800 Canadian flags on headstones of veterans throughout Moncton's oldest cemetery.
It's really heartwarming to see young kids that enthusiastic about getting out and doing this.
Veterans use maps to locate all of the graves of former service members. Many of them fought in the First and Second World Wars.
You can't forget them, what they've done for our country. We have the privileges now because of what these men did years ago, some not so long ago.
The annual ceremony takes place 3 weeks from Remembrance Day, an early history lesson for the kids.
I talked to one of the veterans. It's just very nice. It just makes you think of all the people who have given their lives and were willing to give their lives.
It was a very exciting experience because my brother is now in the Army, so it feels proud to be part of Canadian Army. So it feels pretty good.
The people who are the veterans fought for us in war, and they saved our lives.
After about 90 minutes or so, the students marched past the graves of Canadian heroes and went back to their school.
Today was really fun. I'm happy I got to look at and see the people who fought for this country.
A great lesson learned. Derek Haggett, CTV News, Moncton.
We are live at Comic-Con this morning, and these are just some of the merchandise you could expect to see when you go in person. Stay with us for more details on what to expect. Winnipeg Comic-Con is back this weekend. There's a lot there to take in. Good morning, Ainsley. You're going to tell us a little bit more about what's happening.
Good morning, Rochelle. Yeah, we've been talking all morning long about some of the things you can expect to see, whether it's folks in cosplay or even asking a question to some of your favorite celebrities. Now, Cliff Caporale joins us to tell us about programming. Something that surprised me is what's new this year. Please explain.
So I've always been a big fan of music in the geek world, but not a lot of people know about that. That's an aspect of it. And we have a quintet that is playing from the Winnipeg Video Game Orchestra that is coming on Sunday to close out the show, if you will.
What does that mean, more specifically?
So it's 5 classical instruments that are going to be played on stage as a quintet. Imagine like Mario Brothers, kind of music. Instead of 8-bit, it's going to be played by classical instruments.
That is fascinating. We've talked about the cosplay over and over again so far. There's a contest.
Yes. So we traditionally have our Saturday night masquerade, which is our local contest. However, we've added Cosplay A, which is a preliminary contest for our bigger event, which is going to be next year in Montreal. So people have entered the contest and they're going to participate, and whoever wins that will be flown and taken care of in Montreal next year. And we've done that in Quebec City, in Ottawa, in Montreal, and our friends at HalCon in Halifax are also going to bring in their winners, and we're going to pick a winner next year.
So it's like the Grey Cup of cosplay.
Exactly. And we decided, instead of like masquerade, you get ribbons and you get recognition, which is great. But this one, we wanted to up the game to like the cosplayers that wanted a more of a challenge and a little bit more professional. And there's cash prizes to be won and other elements, which you usually don't do at masquerades.
So with thousands of people coming here, I'm sure you get tons of questions. What's one of the most commonly asked?
So some of the most common, what time is the show? Yeah, so it's today we start at 3 o'clock, tomorrow at 10, and Sunday at 10 o'clock. Some of the common questions is for autographs. How do I buy my autographs? It's at the table of the guest using cash. There is no pre-sale for the autographs, so they have to line up ahead of time. Photo ops they can purchase online, but also at the show using credit or debit, but make sure that they buy it before, way before it's scheduled.
Cliff, thank you so much. I'll have to get your autograph. Back to you.
Thank you, Ainsley. Sounds like fun. All right. The weather's going to be good for it, too, if you're going to get dressed up in cosplay.
That's right, yeah, maybe a pleasant walk there. But if you have a lot of layers, think about the capes, the cat suits, whatever the case may be, might get a little hot because we are in store for a warm-up this weekend. It's 1 degree, that sunrise putting on a good light show for our cameras. A couple clouds there as well. Winds out of the south-southeast. The barometric pressure is falling. Humidity 85%. A lot of sunshine on the way to the province today. More of a mix of sun and cloud to the north, as you can see that kind of smattering of clouds there. We will start off with the mix of sun and cloud. They'll taper off nicely into the afternoon, leaving behind lots of sunshine. Decent highs too, 10 degrees. That's a few degrees above what's typical for this time of year. Winds will be out of the south at 20 kilometers per hour. Again, more of a mix of sun and cloud into the morning and clear skies into the afternoon. Overnight, skies remain clear with the exception of some potential fog. We haven't been getting a ton of it here in Winnipeg, but certainly surrounding regions have. 1 degree overnight, and those winds out of the southeast at 10 kilometers per hour. Those winds ramp up considerably into tomorrow. We're looking at southerly gusts at 30 to 50 kilometers per hour. But if you're not into the wind, hopefully you're into this nice warm high of 16 degrees. That's more than double what's typical a high this time of year. And coming along with it, lots of sunshine. From there, a mix of sun and cloud on Sunday, a touch cooler at 15 degrees. Overnight, though, staying nice and mild at 7. By Monday, we do have clouds, about a 40% chance of some rainfall with a high of 13. And then Tuesday, it's much more assured that we're likely to have a soggy day, a high of 10 degrees. But that sunshine is back out midweek, but along with it, those more seasonal temperatures.
Taking a look at your gas prices, the Canadian average is $1.32. The provincial average is lower at $1.30. In Winnipeg, the average is $1.30. And the lowest price in the city is $1.21. All this info is on GasBuddy.com.
The Price at the Pump is brought to you by the Kidney Foundation. Help by donating your car today.
And when an injured animal is admitted for care at the Wildlife Haven Rehabilitation Center, it never receives a name because the goal is for it to eventually be released back in the wild. But recently, an injured lynx at the center received a name, and soon will also get a new forever home at the Assiniboine Park Zoo. Joining us now from the Wildlife Haven Rehabilitation Center is Zoe Nakata. Good morning, Zoe.
Hey, good morning.
Thanks so much for joining us. Now tell us about this baby lynx. Remind us what happened to it and why it ended up in your care.
Yeah, so folks might remember about 2 months ago, we received, in fact, the first ever baby lynx patient at the Wildlife Haven Veterinary Hospital. She was found in the Swan River Conservation Area, so north of Brandon, all alone and with some injuries. So locals tell us that unfortunately a pack of wild dogs or stray dogs attacked the mom and the baby. The mom didn't survive. The baby sustained injuries. They're able to scoop her up, rescue her, work with conservation officers to transport her all the way to our center. And our team got to work immediately, right? We were able to stabilize her, make sure that she got, all the medication and the food that she needed. But as time went on, we discovered an eye injury. So with this interaction with the dogs, they did injure her eye. So it took a little bit of time to really understand the severity of that injury. We brought in a veterinary ophthalmologist, which is a very specialized skill set. And with her, we discovered that the eye damage is unfortunately permanent and will permanently affect her health and vision. So, for us at Wildlife Haven, we want to make sure that every animal we put back to nature is strong and healthy and can survive like a wild animal should. But for her with that eyesight, we just can't put her back to nature.
Okay, so that is why she got a brand new name. So tell us about the name that was chosen and why.
That's right. So, we're super grateful that she can still have a nice, strong life with the Assiniboine Park Conservancy Zoo. So we were able to name her. We named her Lumi. It means snow in Finnish, and we just find that it fits her personality just really nicely.
And how did the zoo get involved with this?
Yeah, so we work closely with the Assiniboine Park Zoo quite often with different patients, and they consult on some of our cases. And when it comes to non-releasable mammals, we find it very important to work with accredited zoos only. We know that they're so good at providing the husbandry and the ongoing care. That's really what mammals in human care need. So it was a no-brainer for us to reach out to our friends at Assiniboine Park Zoo, and they graciously agreed to take her on, which is fantastic. And it's going to be quite a seamless seamless transition because, like I said, we've been working with them for several years now, and so we're quite comfortable with this next chapter for her.
So animals that can't go back in the wild sometimes become the rehabilitation center's animal ambassadors. Why can't Lumi be an ambassador and stay with you?
Yeah, you know, that's a great question. I mean, as much as we would love to keep her, the welfare of the animal is number one, and mammals require extensive enclosure design, husbandry, ongoing care, and we are just mindful of what our capacity is at Wildlife Haven. We are very well set up for raptor ambassadors, for reptile and amphibian ambassadors with our enclosure setups and skill set on our team. But we feel that when it comes to mammal ambassadors and their specific needs, we're just not the best spot for her, and we're comfortable and okay admitting that, and I think our friends at an accredited zoo will do an excellent job.
So when does Lumi officially go to the zoo?
She's going to transition sometime next week, and just going to temper some expectations. There are, quarantine periods, and she will need ongoing medical treatment for that eye. So folks won't get to see her just yet, but we'll certainly let everybody know. Keep an eye on our social media, or of course our friends at Assiniboine Park Zoo. We'll let folks know when she's available for viewing for the public.
Well, she's so cute, and we love her so much already. So we can't wait to see her when she's set up at the zoo and safe and healthy and happy. Thank you, Zoe.
Thanks.
Here's a look at what's happening outside right now. It is 1 degree, and that sun is on the way up. It looks good so far. Stay with us for more Your Morning Winnipeg.
Your Morning Winnipeg. Coffee is brought to you by Robin's Donuts, your favorite stop.
Starting to peek out here in downtown Winnipeg. Still decently dark, though. We're about 20 minutes away. 1 degree, south-southeasterly winds, pressure falling, humidity at 85%. Once that sun is up, we're going to be seeing and enjoying a lot of it. As you can see, we're decently clear to kick off the day. The radar is picking up some cloud coverage to the northeast. For us here, though, we're going to be dealing with sunshine all throughout Manitoba, including in the northeast, as mentioned, even though it was a bit of a cloudier start. 7 degrees in Thompson, 4 in Gillam, 5 in Churchill, 6 in Island Lake, with some very moderate southerly winds. To the northwest, much the same, a mix of sun and cloud with the exception of Lynn Lake, which could be quite overcast. Highs there 8 degrees all across the board. Lynn Lake, once again, the outlier, a high of 6. Southwestern Manitoba, once again, hot, potentially the hottest corner of our province. 12 degrees in Brandon, 11 in Neepawa, Dauphin, Swan River, under that mix of sun and cloud with some southerly winds at 20 kilometers per hour. Similar temperatures here in Winnipeg surrounding regions. Maybe it'll start off a mix of sun and cloud, but we're going to get very clear skies into those afternoon hours. And northwestern Ontario, a bit cooler, mix of sun and cloud. These are more seasonal temperatures. Fort Frances at 9, Dryden and Red Lake at 6, Kenora at 8 degrees. Overnight tonight, skies remain clear, temperatures dipping down to 1. Slight chance of some fog. We haven't been seeing it here in Winnipeg, so hopefully that remains the case. Into tomorrow, though, lots of sunshine if we do get the fog and it dissipates, a high of 16 degrees. Look at that overnight low, 10 degrees. That's higher than our typical high for this time of year, for lack of better words. Sunday, a mix of sun and cloud, also warm at 15. Monday, cloudy, slight chance of some rainfall, and that chance intensifies into Tuesday.
Thank you, Catherine. Let's go down to Ainsley McPhail, who's live at Comic-Con. And if you think you might have something spooky going on in your house, who do you call? Good morning, Ains.
Well, Rochelle, I'm glad you have the answer, because as soon as it cut to me, I almost went like this. And then I realized that's totally not even close to the same thing. That's Spider-Man. The Ghostbusters, and I am so pleased to be joined by our Winnipeg Ghostbusters right now. Thank you both for being here. They're going to be at Comic-Con this weekend. What can people expect from you guys? Because there's a lot to see here.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's a huge booth. We've got so much. Our landmark is a little deflated at the moment, ready to get going for the weekend. But we've got 25-foot Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. We got all the bells and whistles. We got Fluffy over here, Slimer. We have so much going on in the booth. We have our Paranormal Research Center, but our biggest one is all the ways we can be able to give back to the Children's Hospital Foundation of Manitoba. There are so many different ways at the booth. We've got our silent auction. We've got some amazing new merch items. We've got a a special print that we were able to do by a local artist named Angelina Kizlowski. She did up a print for us, and those are going for $10. All the proceeds going to the Children's Hospital, and then something really, really special we want to show off. All you Jets Point 1 fans out there. So you remember Goals for Kids? Well, this weekend it's Ghouls for Kids. So those patches are going to be $10 as well, going to the Children's Hospital Foundation in Manitoba. We did $5,000 last year. We are going hard, and we are going 55, maybe even 6. It's going to be so good.
I don't think I can match your energy right now. That's impeccable.
I have had 6 cups of coffee. We are ready to go.
It's not even 8 o'clock. That's amazing. Well, I was going to talk about the patch, but the fit in general is just spectacular. I want to get you to do a bit of a twirl and tell me about the back, okay?
Yeah, for sure. So this is the Proton pack. We have the Proton wand attached to it. These are full-size, heavyweight, and, we turn it on. We'll fight any ghost that comes through the convention center this weekend. PKE meter over here that Brian's showing right now, so that'll detect if a ghost is in the area. If the arms go up, there's a ghost, so easily it might be in trouble. Brian also has a trap on his belt here, ghost trap to trap the ghost. Belt gizmo on the other side. There's a walkie-talkie. Yeah, so we got the tools and the talent, as they say.
Well, thank you guys for helping me fight that off, because I mean those wings were up. More at 806.
Safe with us.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ainsley. It may not seem like Christmas outside just yet, but tree farmers are busy cutting and filling orders for customers around the world. But as CTV's Jonathan McInnes shows us, one market isn't buying as much as they usually do.
After being measured and graded, these Christmas trees are sorted based on their size and quality. From here, they're bundled up in preparation for shipment. This load is one of 5 heading to the Caribbean island of Curacao. That's a total of 4,000 trees.
We've been shipping there for a while. It's part of what we do.
Tree grower Colin Hughes is grateful for the long-standing relationship. Asia is another important market along with the United States, but that's where Hughes has concerns.
We have a lot of American customers that decided that it was too risky to buy from Canada this year.
There are no tariffs on Christmas trees right now, but the potential is there for a levy to be added on at any moment.
Everybody's scared to death that once they put their orders in and everything's in transit that, there's all of a sudden going to be a tariff come out of nowhere and that bites in their profit, right?
As a result, Hughes estimates he'll take about a 40% hit this year. All of this on top of a drought-filled summer that is causing additional concern.
The trees are dry, but we're doing everything we can. We got them in the building here. We're keeping them out of the sun. We're keeping them out of the wind. We're keeping them cool.
All before they're loaded onto a container ship in Halifax for the 3-day trip to their island destination. Jonathan McInnes, CTV News, New Ross, Nova Scotia.
Let's see who's celebrating a milestone today. Happy birthday, Tucker. Love from your family and friends. Happy 8th birthday, Taylin. Love from Grandma, Grandpa, Utha, and Uncle Devin. Happy 13th birthday, Jordan, with love from Papa, Granny, Prince, Mom, Dad, and your siblings. Happy 85th birthday, Ethel. Love Nadia and your family. Happy 9th birthday, Zoe. We love you so much from Mom, Dad, and the whole family. Happy 50th birthday, Chris. Love from the Stump Thumper Snowmobilers. Doug, Chad, Bill, and Hunter. Happy 21st birthday, Lara Lee. Love Mom, Dad, sisters, Jackson, and Kimmy. Happy 15th birthday, Nicholas Jr. Love from your mom, siblings, Koku, and rest of your family. And a happy 103rd birthday to Dorothy. Love from all your family. To submit your milestone, visit our website, ctvnewswinnipeg.ca, and fill out the form at least 2 days in advance. It'll also enter you into our monthly contest for a chance to win a $100 gift certificate to Party Stuff.
Milestones is brought to you by Party Stuff. 3 Winnipeg locations and at partystuff.ca. Weather brought to you by Blinds Are Beautiful, helping your home get holiday ready with blinds from Hunter Douglas.
We are in Star for an above seasonal day today, getting up to a high of 10. 7 is what's average. We are being outdone by last year and well away from that record set back in 1989 of 23 degrees. I want to shout out producer Carrie, who I always forget to queue up that graphic with our changes to our format, and Carrie always has my back. Thank you, Carrie, for getting that almanac up for me. Alrighty, and Kim, I'm so sorry, and Kim does it as well and did it this time, so thank you, crew. 1 degree out there, a couple clouds. We've got lots of sunshine coming our way. It's not quite up yet. Pressure falling, humidity sits at 85%. Once that sun is up, we're going to have a little bit of cloud coverage in southern Manitoba to kick us off, and then that'll dissipate into the afternoon. Highs across the board in the low teens. To the north, some more mild temperatures, but typical for what you're used to in those regions this time of year, around the 5 to 9 degree mark. More of a mix of sun and cloud for you. Overnight, couple clouds linger in the north while we stay clear in the south, with the exception of some fog. We could be seeing it all throughout southern Manitoba. That'll dissipate nicely into tomorrow. And then tomorrow, lots of sunshine, strong southerly winds, but gorgeous highs. In Winnipeg, we're looking at 16 degrees.
Have knee pain? Strong hips might be the secret to happy knees. ABC's Alex Stone explains.
1 in 4 people experiences knee pain, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. That pain often flares up during activities like running, squatting, or jumping. A new study in the Journal of Athletic Training says a culprit could be weak hips, especially the muscles used to lift your leg up and out to the side. So spending time building up your outer hip strength could help relieve those aches and pains. Try some simple moves at home. Any exercise you do involving lifting up your leg in a sideways motion, either in a standing position or while lying on your side, will target the outer hip muscles. For an extra challenge, use a resistance band around your upper calves. A few sets a few times a week may help give your knees the extra support they need. And always check with your doctor before beginning any exercise program, and consider asking about a referral to a physical therapist for a personalized plan.
The results are in Amherst. Nova Scotia officially has its first pet mayor. Mr. Bear ultimately won the competitive race. He was up against 9 other furry candidates for the one-day term as a mayor. The pet election was hosted by the town of Amherst and the Lillian Albin Animal Shelter as a fundraiser. Each vote cost $5. In the end, more than $3,000 was raised to help animals in the shelter. Haunted, spooky, or just plain fun. Here at Your Morning Winnipeg, we love Halloween, especially those decorated yards and homes, and that's why we're looking for a Halloween house to highlight during our October 31st show. If you think yours fits the bill, you could win a $500 gift card from St. Mary's Nursery and Garden Center and have the chance to show off your Halloween house live on Your Morning Winnipeg with a visit from Ainsley McPhail. To enter, head to our contest page at ctvwinnipeg.ca, fill out the form, and submit some pictures. Good luck.
We're at the Manitoba Sports Hall of Fame, and I'm joined today by the curator, Shani Lansard. Thanks for having this chat today, because we've got a big day coming up, and you're going to tell the folks about it. What's going on?
Yeah, we have our induction ceremony, our annual induction ceremony, happening on November 6th at the Victoria Inn.
Okay, this is a great thing for sports fans or even just kind of history buffs. Why don't you give us an idea of what happens at a night like this?
Right. Well, throughout the year, we get nominations for exemplary members of the sporting community that come in from the public and from local sporting organizations. And we go through those nominations, and then our selection committee basically picks out the group for this year, and then this ceremony is where we celebrate them.
Okay, and some big names are being celebrated. Give us a little bit of a taste of who's going to be inducted this year.
Okay, well, we got some really great names. We have Troy Wiswood coming in for football. We have Colonel Gary Solar, who's a multi-sport builder. Dr. Glenn Bergeron, who was instrumental in work with sport medicine. Ashley Lanz, who is a star softball player. Russ Paddock, who is an athlete builder in volleyball. And we have our 1987 Lucania Football Club as well for the team nominee.
Pretty exciting. And over the course of the night, I understand there's going to be like stories shared, a little bit of their, journey through their sport.
Absolutely. I mean, it really is about the people and the sharing of their accomplishments and celebrating that. So we are going to be running through a list of their accomplishments, many of which too long to mention, but we will be sharing in that, and friends, family, and anybody else who wants to come and share in how these people have impacted their lives and impacted sport in Manitoba will be welcome to come.
That is very cool. It's such a moment to get to, you know, be recognized and in front of your family and friends. But what a great opportunity, too, for some of the fans, perhaps, to be able to take this all in and get to share in this experience. Maybe, you know, bump elbows with some of those people that you've watched their careers over the years.
Oh, absolutely. Even a small anecdote from my own life, talking with a friend of mine who suddenly realized that one of the honored members was actually someone who taught him. And so it was a real wonderful surprise. And, you know, I would encourage anybody who wants to come and participate in this to look for tickets and online and come get them.
Okay, excellent. So you mentioned November 6th. Where is it happening?
It's happening at the Victoria Inn.
Okay, and how do they get those tickets?
Okay, if they just do a search online for the Manitoba Sports Hall of Fame induction ceremony, it'll be directed to a place to buy tickets for us. It's on Sport Manitoba's website.
You'll find it there. A great night ahead, November 6th. You'll want to check it out. Thanks so much.
Thanks.
This report is brought to you by Sport Manitoba, growing sport, wellness, and community.
Welcome inside the Sports Center newsroom. Nikki Reyes with your must-see moment from Thursday for it. We're heading to Sunrise, Florida. Penguins visiting the Panthers. Third period, Brad Marchand skates out in front, looks to put the loose puck into the net, but Tristan Jarry stones him with the pad. Jarry pulls this scorpion save, denying Marchand the sure goal. Fantastic save by the Penguins netminder. That is your must-see moment from Thursday. Friday on TSN, you can see the Raptors home opener when they host the Bucks. Pre-game coverage starts at 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific. That's all from the Sports Center newsroom. Have a great day.
The TSN Must-See Moment is brought to you by Super Blinds, helping your home get holiday ready with Blinds by Hunter Douglas.
Here's what's happening now on St. Mary's Road. It looks like things are moving well over here. No issues to tell you about. We'll be back after this with more Your Morning Winnipeg. It's Friday, October 24th. Alarm concerns. Some Manitobans say their home security systems aren't responding after a company switch. Plus, luck by AI. Could artificial intelligence really help you hit the jackpot? And Jets grounded. Winnipeg's winning streak snapped in a tough loss to the Kraken. Your Morning Winnipeg starts right now. Happy Friday, Manitoba. It is 8 o'clock. You're watching Your Morning Winnipeg. Thank you so much for being with us. Now, I like the sounds, the tastes, the highlights, everything spooky about Halloween.
But I like it.
Everything about Halloween makes me happy. But some people, those are the things that trigger them, especially if you're on the autism spectrum. So we're going to speak with Autism Manitoba on how you can make your yard more you know, inclusive and friendly. So we're going to talk a little bit more about that at 8:15, but the weather is going to be so nice this weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. Speaking of Halloween, I'm going to be participating in this walkathon, the Earth Dog Terrier Rescue Walkathon. It's tomorrow. We're going to have lovely weather for it, and all the pups are going to be dressed up in costumes. You can find a link on my Instagram page to learn more about that, and my pup Ernest, who's walking. The conditions are going to be very nice for us, as they are currently. 1 degree mix of sun and cloud. Winds are out of the south-southeast at 18 clicks. The barometric pressure is falling and the humidity sits at 85%. Starting off on a decently clear note, a smattering, if you will, of clouds, particularly in the northeast. We've got some too here in the south. Those will dissipate for us here in southern Manitoba this afternoon. The north staying partly cloudy, but lovely temperatures and lovely amounts of sunshine on the way. Here you see this little disturbance here, a slight chance, very slight, of some rainfall in these early morning hours. Likely everyone is going to be staying dry today, and overnight we start to see the skies clear out nicely. Could be some fog patches. That does not pick up on our futurecast. Certainly southwestern Manitoba had a cloudy start yesterday, could be back, but that'll clear out nicely into the morning. A little bit more cloud coverage to the very north, but for the most part we're going to be dealing with a very sunny Saturday with above seasonal values. However, we've got a bit of a spoiler coming our way. You can see it brewing over there to the west of us. That could be serving us some rainfall, but it looks like at least for the weekend we're going to be dealing with lots of sunshine and above seasonal temperatures to the tune of 16 degrees tomorrow and 15 on Sunday. I mentioned that system, slight chance of it arriving by Monday with 13 degrees, about a 40% shot is how Environment Canada pegs it. Into Tuesday, though, that intensifies. Good likelihood of needing that umbrella on that Tuesday. Your weather art of the day, 11-year-old Ronan drew this. Speaking of rain, a nice little shower for those lovely flowers. Thanks for submitting. And if you have any of your kids' weather-themed artwork, snap a picture of it, send it our way. We are featuring one here every day on Your Morning Winnipeg. The address there is on your screen.
The weather art of the day is brought to you by 103.1 Virgin Radio.
The teenager hit by a vehicle in Selkirk last week has died. RCMP say the 17-year-old boy died of his injuries Wednesday. Mounties previously said he and another teen were walking on Manitoba Avenue the evening of October 15th when he was hit from behind by a vehicle. He was airlifted to hospital in critical condition. The other pedestrian and the 27-year-old man behind the wheel of the vehicle were uninjured. Some Manitobans are questioning if their home alarms are working properly after API Alarm took over Bell's home security and monitoring on August 1st.
Quite stressed because I rely on the alarm that everything is safe for all of us.
The Selkirk Veterinary Services Clinic uses the alarm to protect against fires and break-ins, but since the switchover, they can't reach API's monitoring division to confirm it's working. They tested it themselves and say there was no response from API or the police. Others report similar issues.
So I don't really know even if our house is properly secure or not, because we've had all these alerts and nobody's contacted us.
In a statement, an API spokesperson says, quote, "I can't confirm we have no issues at all in our emergency monitoring services. We are experiencing a high volume to our customer service lines, which is different than our monitoring services, and our client service reps are responding to all customer service related questions as fast as they can." API also says the systems automatically send daily test signals to confirm that communication between the site and the company is active. They say if they don't receive that signal, a service ticket is created and they will contact the client. A woman in the U.S. is $100,000 richer thanks in part to AI. 45-year-old Tammy Carvey of Michigan won the money in her local Powerball draw after asking ChatGPT to generate a random set of numbers. Turns out 4 of those numbers were a match, and thanks to the Power Play feature, her $50,000 prize doubled. Carvey says she plans to use the winnings to pay off her mortgage. Winnipeg Jets fans get a double feature this week. Thursday night was the first of 2 back-to-back game days for the Jets at Canada Life Centre. It was a tough night on the ice against the Seattle Kraken, though. Despite the Jets pulling their goalie with just under 2 minutes on the clock, Winnipeg was shut out. Thursday night's 3-0 score snaps the Jets' 5-game winning streak. Jets will host the Flames tonight at 7. And here's what's happening now in traffic at Portaget Polo Park. Things are moving well here. No issues to tell you about at this point in the drive. Let's go now to Ainsley McPhail, who's live at RBC Convention Center for the Winnipeg Comic-Con. Good morning.
Good morning. Did you know that Comic-Con has an official brew and the artwork is just as ghoulish as you might think? The artist behind it joins me now, Gary Pullen. Hi. Thank you for being here. How did this come about and how did you come up with this fantastic logo?
Oh, well, actually, I met Jason Rockman, who's the spokesperson for the convention here, and I met him in Montreal at Fantasia Film Fest, which is an awesome film festival. They had me in as a guest for that, and he said, hey, like, we'd love to bring you in for some Canadian horror cons, and I said, absolutely, I would love to do that. And he said, well, you know, we do have this thing where we hook up with a brewery at all of our shows, Trans-Canada Brewing Company for Winnipeg, and we need the can design. We'd love you to do it. So I kind of had this idea kicking around that I've been sort of using here and there with the, I call it the Amityville pumpkin. And it's basically, you know, sort of like a riff off of horror movies and Halloween all in one image. And it just sort of encapsulates what, like, you know, I love, and I think a lot of horror fans love, which is Halloween and horror movies. So, and yeah, just a really simple image to grab the attention. I just thought it would look so good on a can, and we just went for it.
I just had that aha moment where I was like, oh, that's the windows. I get it now. That took me a second.
Sure. And it's subtle, but you know, it's there. And when you do see it, people are like, oh, that's really cool.
Yeah.
You know, something different. You know, I didn't just want to use a jack-o'-lantern. There's a million of those. I wanted to make it unique to what I kind of do too, which is movie posters and a lot of record designs, vinyl, stuff like that. So I'm trying to tie all this in to what we all love, you know, so.
There are so many references to pop culture or horror or sci-fi. Is that what you love about it, that you can almost integrate your talent
100%.
with beer?
Oh, 100%. Like if I can sneak in my little, you know, ideas, my little thoughts or whatever, my concepts, I feel like I'm getting away with murder. You know, I love it. It's very rewarding, you know.
Thank you. We're out of time. I'm so sorry. I'm laughing at cameraman Kenny's laugh at that because it's like these dad jokes. I can't. It was a killer joke.
Okay. Thank you, Ainsley.
It's okay.
Bye.
Your morning just got a whole lot richer. We're giving away a staggering $20,000. Imagine what you could do with an extra 20 grand. A dream vacation, home renovations, paying off bills. The possibilities are endless. Today's code word is winner. Head to the contest page on ctvwinnipeg.ca or scan the QR code on your screen. Enter the code word winner with your info for your chance to win CTV Your Morning Winnipeg's $20,000 giveaway. Good luck. Excitement is in the air as the country gets set to watch Canada's team, the Blue Jays, take on the LA Dodgers. A lot of pressure, but also a lot of pride for the team and the fans. CTV's Allison Hurst reports on how they're prepping for game day.
Preparations are in full swing as the Blue Jays get ready to host the Dodgers for Game 1 of the World Series.
Everybody says it's a dream come true, which it is.
Coming off a big Game 7 win, a world of media attention has descended on Toronto, and players are trying to keep calm and have fun for the Fall Classic.
I played some of my best baseball in my backyard as a kid, so I try to bring that with me out there, and you know, hopefully that can be a little contagious, and the boys can just relax and enjoy it, because it's a special moment that, you know, it may never happen again.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. says he was in touch with his mom.
She say she proud of me, and no matter what will happen, she always going to be proud of me.
Fans are also proud the boys of summer lasted into the fall and are feeling good about their chances.
We're on a run, and we got them. No problem.
My gut doesn't lie. It's saying Jays in 6.
We're an underdog, but I think the boys can come through.
Starting pitcher rookie Trey Savage knows they're playing for a huge fan base.
We represent this entire country, and we're this country's team. So we want to go out there and do everything we can to make this country proud of us.
For manager John Schneider, this is a career in the making.
I'm just thankful and humbled that I'm the one doing it, leading them into the World Series.
The LA Dodgers arrived in Toronto, bringing with them their star-studded lineup, drawing huge international attention. Starting pitcher and heavy hitter Shohei Ohtani, who was rumored to come to Toronto for the 2024 season.
It's an unfortunate reality as a free agent that you get to really pick one team.
He's a once-in-a-lifetime guy on your roster, but you know, here we are, and I'm going to have to face him at some point.
Fans lined up early and all day, hoping to get a piece of the merchandise.
One of those nice World Series hats and maybe a T-shirt.
I was able to get some stuff for the older ones, but not for the baby. They have stuff for babies, but not World Series branded stuff.
Excitement and anticipation mounting ahead of Game 1.
The Bathfitter Live Eye is brought to you by Bathfitter, your bath and shower experts for more than 40 years.
Well, Mother Nature's getting ready to hit a home run this weekend. We've got some gorgeous conditions coming our way. Starting off on a rather pleasant note as that sun has risen, although it's decently still a little cloudy out there. 1 degree, winds out of the south-southeast. The pressure's falling, humidity at 85%. Yes, we'll get a little bit of clouds to kick off the day, and then they'll clear, leaving behind above seasonal temperatures. Let me just scoot out of the way because I always block the southeast there. It's not fair. Still below freezing in that southeast corner and into northwestern Ontario, while the rest of us, for the most part, are above freezing. 2 in Portage, 2 in Gimli as well, hovering at 0 in Brandon. Swan River still a bit chilly at -1. To the north, temperatures very similar to what we're seeing here, but the northwest has a warm pocket of air heating up your temperatures to 4 in Flin Flon, 3 in Lynn Lake, 2 in the Pas. As mentioned, maybe a little bit of cloud coverage to start off our day, particularly here in very southerly parts and the northeast corner. That should taper off later today. today. When you put the kids on the bus, it'll still be a little bit chilly, 1 degree. Oh, I meant to mention this school day. There is no school day today. We've been informed by a teacher there is an in-service today as Sage. So no school bus, but for those teachers still reporting 7 degrees at lunchtime and heading home at 9 degrees under clear, sunny skies. Beautiful conditions to look forward to. In terms of the rest of the day, we're getting up even warmer than that. 10 degrees, again, cloudy in the morning a little bit, and then clear skies into the afternoon. Overnight temperatures dipping down to 1 with clear skies. Into tomorrow, lots of sunshine. Saturday, 16 degrees again, and then even we're getting some more tomorrow, on Sunday rather, 15 degrees under a mix of sun and cloud. Just gorgeous. Alrighty, we're going to take a break. Stay with us. Your Morning Winnipeg still to come.
Haunted, spooky, or just plain fun. Here at Your Morning Winnipeg, we love Halloween, especially those decorated yards and homes. And that's why we're looking for a Halloween house to highlight during our October 31st show. If you think yours fits the bill, you could win a $500 gift card from St. Mary's Nursery and Garden Center and have the chance to show off your Halloween house live on Your Morning Winnipeg with a visit from Ainsley McPhail. To enter, head to our contest page at ctvwinnipeg.ca, fill out the form, and submit some pictures. Good luck.
World shares are mixed today after the White House confirmed Donald Trump will meet with Chinese President Xi Jinping. The two will meet next week, although prospects for a significant trade deal remain unclear. Air Canada is reducing management staff positions. A spokesperson says non-unionized management jobs amounting to around 1% of its workforce will be affected. The company says those positions will not be replaced. Brent and West Texas Intermediate futures registered the biggest trading volume since mid-June on Thursday. Outright prices climbed sharply, while Brent option volumes jumped to a multi-month high. This comes after the U.S. imposed major sanctions on Russian producers. Those are your morning business headlines. For BNN Bloomberg, I'm Lindsay Biscaya.
Halloween is known for its spooky feels, lights and sounds, but not everyone enjoys that kind of stimulus. For kids on the autism spectrum, scary sounds, scratchy costumes, and decorations can turn Halloween into a real nightmare. There are things you can do to ensure your yard is sensory friendly for all. Joining us now is the president of Autism Manitoba, Dimitra Hadjiakos. Good morning, Dimitra. I always have such a struggle with your name. I'm so sorry.
Thank you for having me.
Well, you're welcome. Thanks so much for telling us a little bit more on what we could do in our own spaces to be more inclusive for kids on the autism spectrum. Tell us about some of the challenges when they go out trick-or-treating, some of the things that might trigger them.
Right, so blinking lights, no good. Jump scares, so if there's going to be some sort of a jump scare, some giant skeleton is going to start moving or saying something. A little warning sign at the foot of the driveway would be really great. Doesn't necessarily mean that the kids aren't going to approach, but it gives the child an opportunity to maybe watch a couple of kids go first, or parents can make the decision of, you know, maybe we skip this house. So those would be the two big ones, I think, that would be triggering in terms of trick-or-treating.
And it could be so triggering that they just don't want to trick-or-treat anymore, right?
Yeah, that might be the end of their trick-or-treating experience if they have a bad experience.
So nobody wants that to happen.
No.
So there are things that you can do to be more inclusive and more friendly. You talked about putting a warning sign. What else can you do?
Just lighting the way. So lots of inexpensive lights all over the place that we can pick up and just put along the driveway, making sure that we can see where we're walking and not feeling like we're going to trip on something. So that would be one. We did the jump scares, put pets away. Yeah, so not everybody feels the same way about our pets as we do, and so if there's somebody who can babysit a pet, or really at the end of the day, if you have a pet who's barking, feel free to leave the candy outside, because that's preferable for a lot of kids than to approach the door and be really panicked if this pet is going to come outside and harm them.
Right, and as a parent, are there things you can do to sort of prepare yourself for, or what to look for that might be trouble.
For sure. So I think what's really important for parents to do is to do the walk themselves, maybe the day before. So have a look which houses we might skip, and if the children are older, maybe take them for a little bit of a drive if they're going to go for a longer walk, and say, you know, this house here has a lot of, you know, interesting skeletons and things outside. Is that one that you want to go to? And the child might say absolutely. Okay, so then we want to make sure that the child has the experience to do that, but that we've kind of done that walk once already with our children, either a drive or a walk, showing where we're going to be going that night and how much fun we're going to have.
Because you want everyone to have fun. That's the point of Halloween, right? Anything else with candy that you should be aware of?
Yeah, so when we're handing out candy, I always say candy first. So sometimes we like to comment about people's lovely costumes, but sometimes it's really good just to give the candy, and then we can comment and compliment as a good neighbor, because kids don't like to be sort of singled out sometimes, and as well, like sometimes they just want to grab their candy and
get
go.
out of there.
They don't necessarily want to socialize with you, so it's important for people to know to just give the candy first.
Some really exciting things happening for you at Autism Manitoba. You have a conference coming up. Tell us quickly about that, because we're almost out of time.
Yes, for sure. So we have Dr. Kerry Magro coming to the Leaf October 29th. He is the consultant on Love on the Spectrum.
Oh, I love that show.
And he is an author and a speaker. He's an adult who's on the autism spectrum himself, and he is signing his book, Supporting Your Autism Journey. He talks about his life living on the spectrum, from being a young child who was nonverbal to being an adult who's a doctor in communication.
Very successful. Absolutely. All right. Well, if you want more information on that, we have a link on our website. Thanks, Demetra.
Thank you.
Oh, it's sunny and pleasant out here. Temperatures have been kind of locked at the 1 degree mark for a little while, but now that the sun has risen, it's looking just gorgeous. Winds are out of the south-southeast at 18 clicks. The barometric pressure falling, humidity at 85%. The mercury is being a bit sluggish, but it'll rise to above seasonal values in due time. For us here in the south, that's low teens. For the north, mid to upper single digits. There we go. Mix of sun and cloud all throughout. Some decently strong winds in the south. And out of the south at 20 kilometers per hour. Overnight, skies remain clear through most of the province. Could be some fog. Temperatures staying likely just above freezing for many parts of southern Manitoba and a few degrees below in the north. Meanwhile, we do have a chance of some fog here in the south. If we get it, it'll dissipate in the morning hours. And from there, we've got lots of sunshine and beautiful temperatures. 16 is what we're looking at tomorrow. 7 is what's typical for this time of year. And those winds, I mentioned they're decently strong. They're going to get fast and furious tomorrow. Out of the south once again at 30, gusting to 50 kilometers per hour. Sunday's no slouch either in Winnipeg. Mix of sun and cloud with a high of 15 before a likelihood of rain on Monday. Skywatch picture of the day. Alan says, go Jays. Certainly this guy we're hoping is a sign of good things to come tonight. Thanks for submitting, and keep your weather pictures coming to Winnipeg Weather at CTV.ca.
Weather is brought to you by ABC Fire and Safety, your CO2 refill store.
Mickey, Minnie, and all their Disney friends are skating back into Winnipeg next month, and we want your family to join in the fun. Disney on Ice Let's Dance features all your fave characters, as well as some that are new to the ice. There's Elsa and Anna, Moana and Maui, Ariel, The Lion King, and Wish. Disney on Ice takes to the ice at Canada Life Centre November 7th to the 9th, and Your Morning Winnipeg has 2 family packs to give away to the Friday evening show. To enter, head to our contest page at ctvwinnipeg.ca and fill out the form. Good luck.
With cooler weather here and flu season just around the corner, it is the perfect time to focus on wellness and keeping our immune systems strong. We're joined now by wellness expert Christina Barrett for some tips on boosting your immunity this season. Good morning.
Good morning, love. Thank you so much for having me here today.
Listen, I am all ears for this. What are some of the tips to support immune health?
Well, they're always the really exciting stuff, the ones we already know.
Yeah.
You want to eat the right foods, you want to stay active, and of course you want to manage your stress. So easy. Get good quality sleep. But what people often find surprising outside of these recommendations is that 70% of your immune system actually lives in your gut. So a balanced diet rich in whole foods really does make a difference. So does making sure you're getting good quality sleep. Now, should all of these things not align, the stars just not be there for you to have everything work out perfectly to do these basic things, adding the right supplements can give your body the extra support it needs to keep you really healthy during cold and flu season.
Oh, that sounds great. I know for me personally, I have trouble with getting the good sleep on a regular basis, so I'm always trying to work on that. But you mentioned supplements. I know oil of oregano is a big one. What are some of the advantages of using it for people?
Oil of oregano is an oldie but a goodie. It's really well known for its antioxidant and antimicrobial properties. A little bit spicy. If you've never done it before, you do want to make sure you put in a little clamato juice or something to give it a little smooth going on the way down. But if you're getting that tickle, if you feel that it's coming on, something like oil of oregano is just a really good day to stop a cold or a flu in its tracks.
That's right. I've used it myself, and you're right about that bit of a zip at first. But yes, if you use the clamato, that sounds like a great tip. So I will try that next time. But also zinc and vitamin C, they help to keep your immune system strong in the winter. Let's chat about those.
100%. So vitamin C isn't stored in the body, another powerful antioxidant, but because we don't store it in the body, you need to top it up daily through diet or supplementation. Trying to get it from the diet all the time in cold and flu season can be hard. And even a mild zinc deficiency can weaken your immune response, making it harder for your body to fight off colds. So topping up on vitamin C and zinc during cold and flu season is just a really good idea to keep your body strong and keep you cold and flu-free.
Sounds very smart. Now, Christina, where can we find all these products?
Again, they're available at Shoppers Drug Mart. Is just the easiest place for people to find. And the pharmacist is always super supportive and ready to help you.
Sounds great. All right, Christina, such great tips. I can't wait to run to the store and buy all of this myself. Stay healthy this upcoming season. Good to chat with you this morning.
Thank you so much for having me. Have a great day.
Thanks, you too.
Your Morning Winnipeg. Coffee is brought to you by Robin's Donuts, your favorite stop.
A sunny and lovely start to your Friday. 1 degree out there. The winds are out of the south-southeast at 18 kilometers per hour. Pressure falling, humidity at 85%. A good amount of sunshine on the way for us here in Manitoba. We start off on a mix of sun and cloud for us here in the south, but this activity should taper off nicely into the afternoon. We're getting up to a high of 10 degrees today. 7 is what's seasonal. Those clouds, as mentioned, will be a little bit more prevalent in the morning than into the afternoon when skies get much clearer. Winds out of the south at 20 kilometers per hour. Into tonight, temperatures dipping to 1. Winds out of the southeast much lighter. Skies remain clear. Slight chance, though, of some fog. We've had this upper ridge of pressure that locks in a good amount of fog. That was the case for southwestern Manitoba. Likely we're not going to see it, but in case, just want to warn you. Into tomorrow, though, nice and clear, and our temperatures, wowie, 16 degrees are high. Those winds, though, quite strong out of the south at 30, gusting at times to 50 kilometers per hour. Into Sunday, no slouch either. Mix of sun and cloud with a high of 15 degrees. Temperatures dipping to 7. That's a typical high for this time of year. And then Monday, we have about a 40% chance of some rainfall. Likely it will be cloudy with that high of 13. And then Tuesday, the likelihood of some showers does ramp up with a high of 10 degrees.
Trade talks between Canada and the U.S. have come to an abrupt halt overnight, with U.S. President Donald Trump taking issue over this anti-tariff ad.
Rejecting protectionist legislation and promoting fair and free competition. America's jobs and growth are at stake.
The government of Ontario is behind the ad, using the voice of former U.S. President Ronald Reagan. Trump posted to social media, writing, quote, "Based on their egregious behavior, all trade negotiations with Canada are hereby terminated." Ontario Premier Doug Ford has previously defended the ad, calling it factual. The Ronald Reagan Foundation has also weighed in, saying the ad misrepresents a radio address on free and fair trade from 1987, and that the Ontario government did not seek nor receive permission to use and edit the remarks. Turning now to a museum with one of the world's most impressive art collections and new video that appears to show how thieves made their getaway from the Louvre after a stunning heist. The robbers appear to descend a mechanical ladder from a second-story window. From there, they would escape on scooters with more than $100 million worth of jewels. We're getting a first look at some of the 4,400 pieces the Hudson's Bay Company will start selling off from its collection November 19th. HBC filed for bankruptcy, and the proceeds will be used to help pay back creditors who are owed about $1 billion. CTV's Omar Sachedina was at the auction house Thursday.
These are just some of the first 27 pieces going up for sale in a matter of weeks. And for the man preparing one of the most significant auctions in the country's history, it's also bringing up fond memories.
I think, as for most Canadians, I remember my grandmother taking me to the Hudson Bay and having I was talking to my mom about this at dinner the other day, the Hudson cheese hot dog with a malt.
This piece by Canadian artist Frederick Marlett Bell Smith of a dreary Toronto day, estimated to fetch up to $150,000, is among David Heffel's favorites.
It is literally a painting you feel like you could walk into.
But Marrakesh, which could go for $600,000, is the jewel of the collection.
So how did Winston Churchill end up gifting this piece to HBC?
He became an honorary Grand Seigneur of the Hudson Bay, and at the appointment ceremony he was asked by a director of the Hudson Bay if he'd gift one of his special paintings to the company. He said he couldn't because he had given them all to Lady Churchill, but later Lady Churchill was asked, and she selected this work, which was given to the company, and marvelous provenance from the artist to Lady Churchill to the Hudson Bay.
The former British Prime Minister and artist had a fascination with the Moroccan city, another of Churchill's paintings of the city, which he gifted to U.S. President Franklin D. Roosevelt, was later bought by Brad Pitt, who then gave it to Angelina Jolie.
And as a byproduct of the divorce, that work of Marrakesh by Churchill recently went up for auction and sold for over $16 million Canadian.
This is the room where it will all take place. But since the auction will also be live streamed, buyers can bid from anywhere in the world. For now, the space is part storage area.
I'm assuming these might be our Canadian athletes and medal winners that made that Olympics in Vancouver a blockbuster.
These HBC jackets will be part of online-only auctions later this year that will feature less pricey items with no minimum bids. Not part of any auction, 24 artifacts believed to be of Indigenous heritage to be returned or donated. The 1670 Royal Charter that gave the company an unprecedented business monopoly over Indigenous land will be part of a separate sale. Two of Canada's richest families, the Westons and the Thompsons, have both expressed interest in buying it and donating it to museums. Artifacts that reflect a nuanced legacy of North America's oldest company.
Here's a look at what's happening now on Donald Street. Things are moving well here. We have no issues to tell you about. If you see any problems, please let us know. And here's a look at your gas prices. The Canadian average is $1.32. The provincial average is lower at $1.30. In Winnipeg, the average is $1.30, and the lowest price in Winnipeg is $1.21. All this information is on GasBuddy.com.
The Price at the Pump is brought to you by the Kidney Foundation. Help by donating your card today.
For our question of the day, we wanted to know, who is your favorite superhero? William says, my fave superhero is the Tick. He's hilarious. Thanks, William. Marlene says, the old Batman was always my favorite superhero. Stacy says, Iron Man is my #1. Lindsay's favorite is the master of the mystic arts, Doctor Strange. Louise says, my superhero is Superman. He saves the day. Jackie's favorite superheroes are Batman in comics and Spider-Man in movies. Thank you so much for your responses. Let's go now to Ainsley McPhail, who is live at Comic-Con this morning. There's going to be a lot of superheroes in cosplay this weekend. Good morning.
I love that. Oh, Rochelle, one year I had a Batman-themed birthday party.
Yeah.
It was the best. We all have something, right? We all have something that we love. And that's one of the really great things about Comic-Con, is that it allows you to embrace that. Jason Rockman joins me once again. I mean, look around.
Yeah.
There aren't 35,000 people here right now, but there soon will be.
There will be, yeah. 5th edition, and we're just so excited to be back in this space. I love it here, love Winnipeg. People just are so excited about this event, and we're excited. Doors are going to open in a few hours, and it's going to be great.
Mm-hmm. Hustling and bustling, a nod to so many bits of pop culture. What sort of motifs are being explored?
I mean, look, I always tell people, if you've never been to a Comic-Con before, it's a celebration of pop culture, and when you look around, there's really something that represents every faction of pop culture, whether you're a Star Wars fan, a Lord of the Rings fan, a Star Trek fan, if you're into anime, if you're into just Hollywood in general, if you're into toys, comic books, t-shirts, swords, all kinds of stuff. It's here in the exhibition hall.
And there's Comic-Con events all over, but what I love about this one and what you've done here is that it's local too. There are local artists who you can support.
Yeah, there's tons of local artists. We try to partner with local businesses like TransCanada Brewery, and we just really love to put a focus on local artists. And at the base of it, we're all comic book fans, so we always represent comic books and artists. So focusing on local artists, local artisans. When you look around, there's a ton of that here.
When it comes to getting their answers or their questions answered, that can happen with their favorite celebrities.
Oh yeah, so if you're a fan of a certain actor, let's say you like Lord of the Rings, and you always wanted to ask Samwise Gamgee what it was like to have to look after Frodo when he had that ring, you can ask Sean Astin that question during his panel. We call it Celebrities on Stage. So all of our guests do a Q&A that lasts 45 minutes, and it's all included with the price of your ticket. So if you get a ticket for Comic-Con on either days and those panels are happening, you can come to them, which is really fun.
That question was so niche. It sounds like it's something you've thought about before.
Yeah, I mean, listen, the thing is, the people that come to our shows are really into pop culture, so they know their stuff. So, Malcolm McDowell, he was in Clockwork Orange. He was in Cat People. He's been in so many great movies and so many great franchises. So asking Malcolm McDowell, a question about what it was like to shoot Caligula, these are the things that you can do at Comic-Con.
It really is about community. What time are people going to be coming in? You said soon.
Yeah, it's going to be, doors are going to be opening, I believe it's going to be 1 or 2 o'clock, but just go to comicconwinnipeg.com, get all your information, and get your tickets in advance if you can.
Thank you so much. An early Halloween gift. Comic-Con here in Winnipeg.
Thank you, Ainsley. Let's go out to the rooftop now. How's it feeling? And is it shiny out there? Is the sun shining?
It's shiny. It's lovely, nice and sunny. A couple clouds kind of speckling our sky. And though a little bit mild still, we've been hovering at 1 degree and we're staying put, it seems, for the next hour or so. Winds are out of the south-southeast. The barometric pressure is falling, humidity at 85%. Temperatures will be heating up in due time. We're going to crack likely the 10-degree mark in Winnipeg, as will much of southern Manitoba. Particularly areas in West Man could be getting a few degrees warmer. You've been the hot spot of the province for the last couple of days. Be good to be there. The northern parts of our province also dealing with a mix of sun and cloud. Temperatures a few degrees cooler in the mid to upper single digits. Overnight, skies remaining partly cloudy in the north, while we here in the south have clear skies with the exception of some fog. An upper ridge has kind of been locking that in the last couple of days. Brandon saw some to kick off the day. If we do get that fog overnight, meanwhile, temperatures will dip to about 1 in Winnipeg. We will see it dissipate into tomorrow, setting the stage for a lovely day. Lots of sunshine on the way, highs into the upper teens through much of southern Manitoba. For us in Winnipeg, a high of 16. The winds, though, could be quite strong out of the south at 30, gusting at times to 50 kilometers per hour. Sunday is looking gorgeous, but then Monday we cloud over, a high of 13 with a slight chance of some rainfall. We're going to take a break, but stay with us. We've got so much still to come on this Friday on Your Morning Winnipeg.
Weather is brought to you by Canadian Footwear, helping you find the perfect fit.
Have a news tip? When you see news happening, let CTV News Winnipeg know. Text your tips, pictures, and videos to 10400. That's 10400. Message and data rates may apply.
Some big news for Country Fest fans this morning. The lineup has been released.
You ain't nothing but a liar. Yeah, I walk right out the fire. Yeah,
Jelly Roll will headline the event next year, along with Nate Smith and Tyler Hubbard of Florida Georgia Line. Other stars who will hit the stage include Brett Kissel, Cameron Whitcomb, Owen Riegling, and Hunter Brothers. Country Fest takes place June 25th to the 28th in Dauphin. Tickets go on sale October 30th at 9 a.m. The Winnipeg Blue Bombers are thanking their fans after scoring an impressive milestone. In a team first, they've sold out all 9 regular season home games.
For the win, for the W.
The sellout stretch is actually longer if you include last season. More than 32,300 fans flocked to Princess Auto Stadium for 14 regular games in a row, going back to August 2024. The team made the announcement Thursday after Saturday's home matchup against the Montreal Alouettes officially sold out. For those lucky enough to score a seat at Princess Auto Stadium, kickoff is set for 2 p.m. Have knee pain? Strong hips might be the secret to happy knees. ABC's Alex Stone explains.
1 in 4 people experiences knee pain, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. That pain often flares up during activities like running, squatting, or jumping. A new study in the Journal of Athletic Training says a culprit could be weak hips, especially the muscles used to lift your leg up and out to the side. So spending time building up your outer hip strength could help relieve those aches and pains. Try some simple moves at home. Any exercise you do involving lifting up your leg in a sideways motion, either in a standing position or while lying on your side, will target the outer hip muscles. For an extra challenge, use a resistance band around your upper calves. A few sets a few times a week may help give your knees the extra support they need. And always check with your doctor before beginning any exercise program, and consider asking about a referral to a physical therapist for a personalized plan.
All right, we're kind of moving into that time of year where your social schedule might be filling up. Holiday invites are coming out already. I've received a few. I'm so popular.
Obviously.
Liz Crawford, our fashion expert, joining us this morning with some great looks. I mean, we've had you in here in studio for the past couple of weeks now showing off some incredible fall looks, but now we're going to go a little more formal for some of those big events.
Yes, well, it is event season, so I went to the Outlet Collection at Winnipeg, the mall we talked about we love, and I love what's happening this season. We are breaking away from it's fall, so you must wear burgundies and deep reds, and although I love those colors, I'm also really loving this new idea that we can wear creams and golds and silvers and really carry that into the winter season.
It's a chic color palette for sure, as you're showing off here, and it's kind of like that. It's winter white.
It's winter white, right. So I love this look. It's from Dynamite, and the satin skirt, we've seen this for a couple years now, but it is so easy to work with and pair. It can be dressed up, it can be dressed down with a turtleneck sweater and a boot underneath, or you can, like, you know, put this beautiful blouse on and wear it with a heel, and suddenly you've got this evening look.
Yeah, it's stunning. Also, that top is so stunning. I mean, you were talking about like the winter whites and everything, but even the cut of it, I just love, right? And it pairs so beautifully here.
It does. It would also be beautiful with a beautiful wide-legged winter white pant. So there's lots that you can do with these pieces. And of course, we paired it up with the Kate Spade bag. And I mean, I'm somebody who could never get away with just a teeny tiny clutch. I love those people. I'm not one of them.
Too much? No, I know. We have busy lives, lots to carry around.
Yeah, so this bag, it's chic, it's structured, and I just thought the whole thing looked fantastic.
Yeah, it's a very timeless bag as well, so that one can carry you through. You make the investment, and then you know that it's going to be good in your closet for years.
Absolutely.
All right, we'll move you on out and see what's next up, because of course we can't forget about the gentleman.
No.
And talk about dapper.
Doesn't he look sharp? Marcus is wearing a beautiful chocolate brown suit from Banana Republic with the oatmeal colored sweater underneath. And we're seeing that a lot. I mean, you know, athletes wear that a lot, where they forego the dress shirt and the tie, and they wear just the simple, you know, knit sweater underneath. And to me, it just looks beautiful.
It really does, right? And I think it's a little bit more wearable for a lot of men who don't love getting dressed up in the suits or whatever, but then they suddenly have to pull one out for, you know, a slightly more formal occasion, but it's just slightly less stuffy than that button down, you know, collared shirt and tie, right? So
absolutely.
So sharp.
And Banana Republic, boy, they've got an amazing selection, and the sales Unbelievable.
Yeah, and I mean, men's or women's, I have to say, I've purchased a lot of my suits there too, and it's a good place if you're going suit shopping.
Absolutely.
You look fantastic.
Thanks,
Thank you. Yeah, loving the browns this season as well, right? It's certainly one of the looks of the season.
Yes.
Ooh, and speaking of in that kind of browns khakis, this is a stunning look.
Gorgeous. I love this. This is from Ralph Lauren Polo, and again, such a flattering cut. You know, that gathering on the one side, it's just flattering on every body type, and I love the color. Of course, Jenna looks gorgeous and everything, but I absolutely love the color, and pairing it with a little hint of burgundy in the clutch and Tory Burch.
Yeah. And this style of dress, as you said, it's so flattering. I feel like I've had this dress in every color, but now they brought it out with a new color, so I might have to go shopping again. But that ruching, right? And it's just like, it's got the high neck and the capped sleeves, so it really is, you know, a very striking silhouette, but it doesn't seem overly revealing, so it's a very wearable look.
Absolutely, on every body type, and that is what is amazing about it.
I love that, yeah. Of course, we've been talking about, you know, getting ready for the holiday season, but even Black Friday coming up too.
Yes, so I mean, the sales are amazing now. Imagine Black Friday. So if you are looking to add to your wardrobe, head over to Outlet Collection, because now is the time. And Black Friday, don't miss it.
Your credit card is going to get a workout. Thanks so much, Liz. It's great having you. It's your last chance to fall into fashion with Your Morning Winnipeg. We're giving away 3 $500 shopping sprees from Outlet Collection Winnipeg. To enter, head to the contest page on our website, ctvnewswinnipeg.ca, and submit your details.
A sunny and lovely start to your Friday. 1 degree out there, a couple clouds. Winds out of the south-southeast. The barometric pressure is falling. The humidity sits at 85%. Yeah, those clouds won't be sticking around for long in the south. We're already looking decently clear as we exit the 8 a.m. hour. The north, more of a mix of sun and cloud on the way. Our highs above seasonal. 7 is what's typical. 10 is likely what we're going to get up to today, with some southerly winds at 20 kilometers per hour. Overnight, skies clear out with the exception of some possible fog. 1 degree with some winds from the south easing, but they are ramping up pretty strongly onto Saturday at about 30 to 50 kilometers per hour. But we get a nice warm high of 16 degrees with sunny skies. Sunday, a hair cooler at 15 with a mix of sun and cloud. Monday, a 40% chance of some flurries, not flurries. Don't get scared. I more meant to say rain. Rain is what I meant to say. 40% chance of that, however, likely to be overcast. And then our likelihood of needing those umbrellas increases on Tuesday with a high of 10 degrees. Okay, we're going to take a break here on Your Morning Winnipeg, but stay with us.
Rooftop arrangements provided by Lacoste Garden Center. Salon services provided by Essentique Spa Salon.
Before we say goodbye, we're going to send you off with some fun video. A snow leopard cub is having a gourd time at Michigan Zoo. Juniper, or Junie, was born in late July at the John Ball Zoo in Grand Rapids. While snow leopards don't usually eat pumpkins, zoo staff say they love to play with them, and Junie's no exception. The nearly 3-month-old is still a while away from joining the main habitat. So sweet and fluffy.
Junie, such a cute name. I love it.
Well, not sure if this next move is a talent, but it sure is surprising. This woman wanted to see if her knuckles fit into her side profile, and they do perfectly. She looks as surprised as we are. Over 5 million people have watched this, and many have commented that it works, while others were not as successul. It fits perfectly.
Mine's not working. Is it?
No, not really. And then finally, a baby who can't stop laughing when told to be quiet.
Mind your Patsy, okay?
Listen to that laugh. She can't hold it in, especially when her dad shushes her. Apparently, mommy was sleeping and they were trying to be as quiet as possible. And we love it.
There's no better sound in this world. Like, honestly, if you're feeling down, just cue this video up.
And mommy woke up and she was okay. Have a
Not
great
so cute.
weekend. See you on Monday.